There you go.
Oh, the mic. Hey, bring it in. Okay, go. We gonna bring the mic on in.
Dear
All right,
Lord.
y'all.
All right. No Jumper, coolest podcast in the world. I got my boy Remo with me, and today we're sitting down with the unstoppable, lovable, iconic Mama Duck is in the building. How you doing?
I am good, Adam. Thank you for having me. I'm all that to you.
Yeah,
Oh,
of
my
course. You're an icon at this point.
Oh, my goodness.
I've never seen a mom quite like you.
All right. Well, I'm quite sure it's a lot of them out here. They just probably ain't got the balls to do it because they worry about what somebody gonna say or how they feel. But I'm different. It hit different when you different. So.
It do hit different. We'll do our homework on that. No, but think about it. There's so many rapper moms that we've been introduced to over the years, and most of them whack as hell. Realistically.
Don't be calling nobody mama whack, man.
Okay, fine. Not
okay.
whack, but they're not star. They don't deserve a Say Cheese interview.
Really?
Most moms, I think, yeah.
I'm different for real. I deserve all that shit.
No, for sure.
Lost a lot. I deserve it all. So
Definitely. Okay, can we start from the beginning, the early days of Mama Duck? Let's go historical.
Well, I come from State to Lake. We're at the Ivy Wells projects, one of the rawest projects Chicago ever had, Southside. From 37 Lake Park to 37, 39 Cottage Road, King Drive, State. Yeah, I was all through there. Everybody knew Big Sheen.
Okay. And what were your parents like?
My parents, well, my mom was one of 9 kids, so I'm one of 57 grandkids from my grandmother.
Right, I heard you do this math on Vlad that you have this unbelievably huge
like
family.
That one seed had 9 kids, 57 grandkids, and when she died, 2008, she had 151 great grandkids, and that was Brick now, my kids, all her grandkids' kids. So. Yeah, it's a lot of us. We ain't need no gangs. We was one in our own. We was everybody. If you ain't know a weekly, you had a baby by a weekly. You was close to a weekly.
What's a weekly?
That's our last name.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yes.
I did know that. I just the way you were saying it.
It's powerful. Me. I brag about it all the time, and now I get to see it on your platform. And my granddaddy made sweet baby Durk's barbecue sauce, so y'all kiss my ass to that.
What's that, like some famous ass barbecue sauce?
You don't know about.
I know
get on him.
Get on
so
him.
your grandfather created sweet
My
wave?
great-grandfather.
So y'all
Joseph Mans. Actually, we don't.
But y'all created it?
Well, he did. Like in the early 80s at our family reunions, we used to actually get it from the scratch. They used to call him, his name was Joseph Mans, but they called him Boss. So if you notice on the bottle, it say the sauce, that's the boss. And my grandmother was his only child. Right. His only daughter. I think he had an adopted son. But, he had nieces and stuff that took the patent because he actually died in my mother's house. Like, we had to get him out the old folks' home. And my sister, Tamika, love you, baby. She took care of my grandfather, even when my grandmother couldn't. And he wound up passing away. So, yeah, we used to get that shit off the bone, like straight up. Marinade for a week before you put it on the ribs. They took the patent. I don't know why my granny ain't never tried to go after these people for stealing her daddy shit.
Really?
But she was just like that. It's an iconic picture of my grandmother in a wheelchair. THF Raheem.
Right.
His dad name was Walt. And he was murdered, unfortunately, by the police in 2005.
Oh, wow.
And they threw a big old march, like we really fought the police. And my grandmother was like literally 76, 77 years old in her wheelchair, leading the pack with about at least 300 people behind her.
Really?
It's a real iconic picture that actually my sister sent it to me, and I'm gonna post it. But yeah, you know,
It's a lot of history there.
A lot of history right there. Holy shit.
So, you said you're from Ida B. Wells, right? That's considered the low end?
yes, low end or no end for sure. Ida B. Wells, their homes, rock blocks, extinctions. I was born and living in 534 East Browning. That's where my mom had me.
And what was the environment like? Was Chicago crazy as fuck then compared to these days?
No, at all. Like, we had stuff going on. But, you know, back then when I was coming out, like, if you want to talk about real street niggas, these kids that call themselves street niggas now could never in our time.
What were they doing that made them such high level street dudes?
For one, women and kids was off limits. Okay? Women, kids, old people was off limit. You did not hear about nobody, grandma, mama, sister, getting shot, you know, like. And I guess they want to blame it on the drugs, but it ain't no worse than crack and dope. Back then, them people, you know, us people, you know.
So do you feel like that taboo is like totally gone at this point? The no women and children?
I mean, yeah, because it's sad. We are definitely in our end of days, y'all. I get real spiritual on here with y'all, but we are definitely in our end of days, because when it comes to this, to what, and it don't just happen in Chicago, like this stuff is happening all over the world, all over the United States. Like, we could actually, like right now, we doing this interview, somebody getting robbed, raped, stabbed, like it's happening.
Right.
But it's the world we live in. So if people just don't worry about the bad and do more good, you know, I think society, the world will be a better place. 'Cause bad stuff gonna happen to you.
Right.
You know, I'm known as the strongest woman in the world, but I just thank God for the endurance that He gives me to deal with the life. I say if you make me cry, I was gonna be mad at you.
Well, because you never
I'm not trying to get on here and cry, but it's a real emotional time for me. So
really, but I mean, you never know. I've seen a bunch of interviews with you, and there's a couple different wavelengths you could be on. There's like a more contemplative, sad version of you, and I've also seen the very like upbeat, happy version of you. Mm-hmm. I'm sure it could be tough to stay in one mind state or the other.
I have my ups and downs. You know, they give me medication for that, but you know, I try to stay balanced. And if you know the word of God, and no matter what's around you, know, every saint was a sinner, and every sinner want to be a saint. So, you know, when you, they telling me to pull my hair back.
Her beauty team.
Okay.
It's just one girl.
That's all I need.
I didn't want to say a whole team. That might make you sound crazy.
Right. But I just think ain't no more big mamas out here. You know, I think that's what it is. And people, can't nobody tell me what I can't say when I can't say it. God put it on my heart to come out my mouth. It's going to come out. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I hold my tongue. He put that on me to shut up. Don't say nothing. You doing too much now. So it's a lot of, if I could say the things that I say so freely, just imagine what I'm not saying.
Really? What are you not saying? What are you keeping bottled up?
Well, I'm really an open person, a free spirit. Like, you can't shame me. I do that enough myself. Like, you can't embarrass me, nothing you do. Like, my thing is, what I eat shouldn't make you shit. You know, y'all ever heard that saying before?
Yeah, definitely.
But that's the world we live in, and this internet's so ridiculous. Oof.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, when did you start having kids? or when did you get out of high school? Like,
Well,
what did you
nah,
do?
when I start, we gonna keep it real. I'm gonna answer your questions.
Yeah, let's do the
You can
timeline.
give 'em to me.
Sorry.
You can get to me. I was 15. A lot of things happened to me at 15. I was in love with a boy from 12 years old to 15. I finally gave him some and got pregnant with Jermaine. Y'all know I miss Brick.
That's
Right.
what I was about to say.
And I was only 15 years old when I had him. He was born in 90. And I had my second son in 91. And I had my second son in 93, 92. And I had my third son. Wait. I had my first son in 90. See, I lose track. It was so many. But it's okay, though. We ain't going to tip us out there. 15. Had Jermaine. Sheldon, I was 16. Javon, I was 17. Duck, I was 18. Will, I was 18. You know, I actually got Irish twins too, going on 19. Because when Duck make 30 this year, him and his brother be 29 at the same time. That's my youngest boy, William. And he was born in 94 of November, and Duck was born December of 93. So I was working, y'all, like, seriously. From 90 to 96, I did not know what my feet looked like because my stomach was always in the way.
And these are all with the same guy.
Hell no.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Hell no.
All different guys, or
I don't claim, well, Will and Brick got the same daddy. And, of course, the twins got the same daddy. But, nah, the rest of them niggas, they was just niggas.
what kind of guys were you running around with at this time?
Real street money, money getting ass niggas. See, my grandmother, right? I had one of them grandmothers who knew I had all these kids. She allowed me to be a kid. So basically, Brickman was raised by my grandmother, you know, and when she got sick in 2007, I got on my shit and I got my babies and she passed away, and I was 6 months clean, and I'm going on 17 years, you know.
Everything?
When you say clean, what do you mean? Like,
From cocaine
That was
when I was younger.
your main vice?
Yeah, that's what had me stealing money out my granny purse and shit. Like, weed never caused those type of problems, so I don't, you know. But I was younger, and back then, that was what was happening. These was $1 million niggas I was around, and then got 20 and 30 years from the feds, and they out now. And they
Really?
looking at me like, do your shit.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They bagging me. They got me because they knew I always been thorough. If I wasn't getting paid to beat they baby mamas up, I was dipping off with somebody nigga.
You were getting paid to beat. You were like an assassin, but you would like beat a bitch up
So I beat the fuck out you
for money.
for money.
You're like a hitman.
Nah, I hit woman. Hit your ass with these. But yeah, that's how I feel myself. That's how you know, I wasn't a bully, wasn't a shit starter. Like, it was strictly, I had to fight all my life. Like, I remember every fight I lost, about 4 or 5 of them, my whole life.
Really? What was the worst one?
The worst one? I don't know, this girl named Ann beat the shit out of me. And the same move she did on me, I did on somebody else.
What was the move?
We called it the helicopter. You want to see it?
I
Y'all
didn't
know
see
it.
it.
Like,
I
you
definitely
grab
wanna see it.
somebody like this. They run up and you grab them and you grab their hair and you just spin their ass.
That's what I was thinking. You're holding onto the hair and spinning them.
Yeah, and just
Jesus Christ.
run them dirty.
You
like-
did, she did that to you, and then you did it to someone else?
Yeah.
Is this common in women's MMA?
I don't know, but shit.
You scoot
I
a
bet
little
she
bit
ain't
back.
beat me up no more.
Why did you
after that.
fight Ann? Was you sent to fight her for somebody?
No,
or
because
something?
I was a problem child. I used to fuck with people sometimes, and she got tired of me fucking with her. She's like 3 years older than me.
So you were kind of a bully,
Not a bully. Played too much.
a demon.
No, stop trying to make me seem like this horrible. People love me for real, Adam. Like,
We're just trying to
genuinely.
figure out, you know, there's a long history of Chirac savages, as they say. We're just trying to figure out how you fit into the landscape.
I wasn't a savage. I was just, when I was street, I was obedient.
To these guys,
know.
these coke dealers.
If that's what you want to call it, now to these real street thorough niggas who was in it to take care of their mamas and their kids and, you know, had to probably do some foul shit like street niggas do.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, I lived through it. I ain't on nobody paperwork. I ain't never been to no penitentiary. Last time I went to the county was in 2014 because my baby daddy and his ex-girlfriend sent me. Like, yeah, shit like that. I ain't no felon. Never been to the penitentiary. I don't do jail.
You were just mixed up with a wild crowd.
Yeah, we was wild. We was a little group. We used to call ourselves the Fofos.
Really?
Yeah, and they used to call us Fofo hoes because they was mad.
Why Fofo though? Is it like 44th Street or something?
No, like,
They were
the
carrying
reason
big
we came up
fofos,
with this name, we used to call ourselves Fofo Scandalous.
like Wendy's.
Because
4x4.
that's what we was coming up. We was this group of girls from the projects that was just, we hustled, we was loyal, we was in it. Like, a lot of our cousins and our brothers, you know what I'm saying? Like, made sure we was good. Like, my sister did some of the gangsters shit you will ever see in your life. And I thought I just witnessed my sister cut somebody's throat.
Really?
But the girl had stabbed her in the shoulder. I love you, Tasha. We friends now. She probably watched it to see this. But it's no blood, no bleed. But this is why we learn from our mistakes. And I'm able to sit here and talk to y'all about this, you know.
Right.
So we done made amends. We were kids. We lived through it. Nobody died. Like, from 94 to, like, 97, I think I went to over probably 75 or 100 funerals.
Really? It was bad like that then too.
Like, I was in the era of the Inglewood serial killer.
Really?
You know what I'm saying?
And you
My
knew
cousin Ashley was the last person that he murdered.
you knew multiple people who got killed by the same serial killer?
No, I knew one person, which was
okay.
my cousin Millicent. We called her Peanut. But, yeah, she was one of them rough-ass crackheads. She ain't play with her. Don't get it twisted. She'll fuck you up. So she was one of them, you know.
The serial killer, was it like was he killing random people? Or
Yes,
was it
he was
retaliation?
killing, like, people. He was killing people with who was on crack. Like, you know, back in the day, persuade women who were addicted to crack was horrible. That's the worst thing, like, that ever could have happened to black men and women.
So you were just hooked on coke, or were you smoking crack as well?
I smoked primos. They called
right.
them primos,
And what is that again?
where you lace your cigarette and weed with crack.
Right.
I ain't never tooted nothing. I ain't never freebased nothing. I ain't never tooted. No,
You never snorted it.
never.
Really? Wow.
I have a phobia about my nose. Like, I just can't. I was stuck on the out. Today was a hell of a day, Adam. Like, it's just
What, with the traveling?
from the moment I got to Los Angeles. And I'm like, Lord, is it really this important that I appear on this man podcast? Because it was so much stuff that was trying to prevent me,
We
that
made
could
it.
have prevented. And that's what I say is a must that I've been here. I got something to say, so.
Yeah.
And I sure got a lot of questions for you too. I ain't gonna lie.
I wish I had some primos we could smoke right now.
No,
All right, so you
I'm
said
cool.
you said Brick was your oldest son, right? And then
Yeah.
Duck was your fourth son.
Yes, that was my
So
fourth.
in between, where's your other two sons? At? 'Cause I
my
never-
son Sheldon, That's Duck's big brother. You'll see him in a lot of the videos. The dark skin, skinny boy that's always on the side. He actually is the one that established Big Cloud Entertainment,
Okay.
BCE. So that's his product, his work. He put it all together by himself. He invested because this was something that Duck wanted to do. So he was planning on doing, like getting his own label and doing a lot of stuff. So
And Big Clout is a little different from because at first he had FBG, which was I thought you had Big Les who helped found that, or he was someone that you were doing business with.
who, Les? My cousin?
Yeah. Who was because I remember one time I seen an argument that you guys had on live about the business stuff.
No,
FBG.
that wasn't. You talking about Manny?
Might have been Manny. It was
Yeah,
it was
you
Dutchie and
talking
Young's
about-
father.
You
I'm sorry,
talking
not
about
Big Les.
Young
And Dutchie's father.
Cash stepfather. Yes, he's Young's real father, but he was Cash stepfather. And he was a man that Duck trusted. That's how Duck got introduced to 63rd. Because when I went and got my life together, that was in 2007.
Okay. That's when you got sober?
Yes. That's when I got sober. And Duck had to stay with my sister, Taffa, which is Boss Trail's mom. Because at the time he was a boy and he was too old to be with us. So it was just me and my girls at the time. So after my grandma left, and then I wound up losing my 2-month-old son. And I think that kind of made Duck, because Duck was a granny's boy. He would ride on the back of my granny wheelchair. He didn't come outside. And I do kind of take accountability for that because of my drug use.
But the 2-month-old thing was the thing with the fire?
No.
Oh, that's
that
a
was
separate
my
situation.
sister. That was
Oh,
his
right.
sister. Yes, 2014. Now, I was clean when I lost her.
Okay.
That was the first tragedy happened to me since I was clean.
And what happened with the 2-month-old?
My nephew accidentally suffocated him while they were asleep.
Shit. I'm sorry.
So, he didn't know. And my sister was getting ready for school, and she kept asking, where's the baby? Where's the baby? And my nephew was still asleep on him. And when they moved him, he was under him. So that's how I lost.
Damn.
My first baby that died before I had Duck, I was actually protecting Jermaine and Sheldon because we were in a park. And they used to shoot up everything. It wasn't like I said, it ain't like it is now, but we still had shootouts and gangs were into it with each other and they would come shoot the store up. And there was a liquor store in the park right across the street. This one we had the CHA police station. We had our own police, like the Chicago police. We had our own police. So somebody rode past, I was on 37 and Cottage, 38th and Cottage. And the people that know what I'm talking about, they know it. And a car drove past shooting. And I got Brick and Shell in the park. Now, this was for Brick's birthday, because Brick's birthday was the 19th of August. So I got them in the park, and somebody came. So my first instinct was to grab them. I didn't know where to shoot, so I dived on them. But I fell on my stomach some type of way. But I wasn't in no pain or nothing. It's like 7 months pregnant at the time. So I wasn't in no pain or nothing, but the next day when I woke up, my granny's whole bed was like pink. So they let me know my water bag busted or something, and they rushed me to the hospital. And it's funny because after I had them, the doctors was telling me, because he didn't want to come. Somehow I was in labor, but it was left to they probably had to give me a cesarean or something if he didn't come in a certain amount of time because the contractions was coming. So they telling me, well, the next, if we have to give you a cesarean, if I had any more kids after that, that's how I would have to have them. the way they would have to cut that. Like, I could never vaginally deliver any more kids. By this time, this is my third child. And I'm, 17? Yeah, it's my third child, 17. I remind you, I got the best grandma, not so perfect mama, a lot of uncles. I got structure, but I'm just doing what I want to do. Doing my own free will, so. He wound up coming, and then Duck was born after him, and I vaginally had him. Like, if the doctors say, like, if he don't come within the next hour, we're gonna have to give you a cesarean, and if you got pregnant after that, that's how you gonna have your kids. For now, shit, that baby came on up out that thing, baby. Let me get on up out of here. My mama gotta hide these goats. I ain't gonna mess her up like that. And I had him, and he was born August 20th. Now, Brick's birthday was the 21st. Y'all tell this story. That's why I'm saying, I don't want to say I'm a prophet, but I have such a spiritual connection with the God of my understanding. Like, I literally don't fear nothing. Like, not afraid to die. Don't want to die. But if that's my time, that's God's will. It was written. We don't know how our life gonna be. That's why I say Carlton DeQuan Weekly ain't die for nothing. Cause his death gonna bring down the floodgates of Ricos, gangs, how they doing shit, how they moving. That's all because of Duck.
But okay, there's a whole thing in the streets where you're not supposed to be happy when someone that you hate on a street level gets arrested or gets charged with something. But you've been pretty open about the fact.
Because I'm not a street person anymore. Right. Now, if I was still street, speaking of my street self, I probably would have been active out there. But with 18 grandkids, and who 2 of them ain't got no father, that ain't the type of image that I want to portray. When I found out that I had the power, motherfuckers was telling me, all you got to do is say this and it's done. I'm like, is you serious? Like, I don't want it like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be like this lady who, no, because I knew what my son was. Like, him and Brick, everybody be like, you don't talk like the fans, they be trolling. She always talk about Duck, she don't talk about Brick. It's so many reasons why I don't talk about Brick. Because even though that was my son, like, it got so bad with me with Brick. Like, our relationship was so, like, me and my son, man, I just could sit here and just think, like, in my addiction, I would do security for him while he sold drugs. When Duck really said in that song, Dead Bitches, when he say, wait a minute, what'd he say? Why he was selling rocks and blows, you was somewhere swimming.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's straight rap. Them facts.
So because Duck was younger, he got to see a better version of you?
Yes, like my son is the reason I got clean. My son, Duck was like, you ever saw The Blind Side with Sandra Bullock?
Mm-hmm.
You ever seen how couldn't nobody keep that boy away from his mama? Even though he was indifferent for now, that didn't never happen to Duck. Because like I say, my granny raised my kids, and I wasn't an absentee mother. There'll be one house, I'll be across the street or at my auntie house. Like, it's one big community, so I wasn't like, I take accountability for, I was just dealt the cards I was dealt, but I'm glad I had the type of grandmother that I had. Because she enabled me a lot. So I was able to get out here and just do the shit and just. But Duck, after I lost his brother, that was real traumatic because a lot of people don't know, and this is the first time that I ever spoke about this. But when I lost my son.
Brick?
No, Antonio.
Oh, Antonio?
That was Duck's first tattoo. Now, he was like 13. This one, he was going to Hinton because my sister stayed on 71st and Parnell. So this where he met JoJo and Kenny Mack. They all went to the same grammar school together. So while I was in treatment, Duck used to have, they would allow me to go still be a part of my kids' life. Like, I'm their mother. They would let me go up, like, if the schools called, they would let me go teachers' conferences. And like, because I was real, we just lost my granny. She was the rock. Then we actually lost Antonio before we lost my grandmother. So, Duck, seeing all this, and it sent him into, like, I don't want to say a depression, but this is where he started acting out at. He was in Hartgrove. That's a behavior hospital. He was in Rivers Edge. That's another behavior hospital. He went to the Audi home a couple of times. You know what I'm saying?
Just because he was acting up so bad in school?
Yes. Like, one day they literally had to wheel him out on a stretcher because he had like 7 pencils in each one of his hands. This Carlton. Now, this before 63rd. This was before any of this stuff. And my baby was put in a behavior hospital, and that was the first tattoo that he ever got was my son's name.
Wait, what did he do with the pencils?
He just was holding them like he was going to stab whoever touched him, but he was restrained. He was in restraints. He, like, literally, and he got over that. He was actually, he got over that, like, because I was there. He wasn't nobody but his mama, so he had me. And he told me, you being off drugs is the best thing you could have ever did for us, because he was really the reason. And I smoked Primos, y'all. I wasn't a free base or a dope fan. And I done seen some horrible shit. That's why I say, like, that crack in the 80s and the 90s, baby, it was horrible.
How it just took the community by storm.
Oh, my God. Like, I've seen, when my addiction, I've actually seen men giving each other oral sex. Like, I've seen 2 men.
Men who wouldn't normally do this?
Who would never normally do this.
Really?
See, and I learned when I was in treatment, like, when you caught under the abyss of addiction, you don't care about nothing. And admitting you got a problem is the first step. That means you are willing, allowing yourself to get help with this problem that you got. But you got to be the one that say, I got the problem, I need some help.
How did you get help? Was it just your kids that made you push through, or did you do any type of rehab or anything?
Look, Duck came to me one day, like, him and my sister, him and his sister. I had too many kids too young, y'all. I said, like, everybody think I'm 50, 60 years old. I'll be 49 years old Wednesday. I just had kids young. I'm not old, ancient, like, unappealing, like, I only mess with younger guys for reasons. I mess with younger guys. And don't be for their money. Like, if I find a nigga my age and can keep up with me, I'm cool. Like, we cool. We good.
But you seem like you have a real thing for street guys. Has that changed at all over the years?
I wish I ain't never had no nigga take care of me.
Okay.
The niggas that I used to fuck with back in the day, they had main girls. So I was a side piece. And I was cool with that.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
I would rather, because, the main bitches had too much to deal with back then. Like, back in my day, like, if they bought you a couch, bitch, you better sit on it and don't get off of it till I tell you to. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I've always been independent. Never had, none of my baby daddies never paid child support for none of my kids. I actually had to pay child support when my granny had custody of them. They got like $14,000 out my dumb ass for child support because I started working and she was deceased. Illinois fucked the fuck out of me, at least they thought. Yeah, they had got up and they got to where they took $14,000 worth of child support that was ordered on me, but my granny died and it was just, it's all messed up. But yeah, so when Duck came and found me, y'all, I was in the store. on 39th in Vegas. 39th and King Drive. And one of my friends, I was scared. I don't mind sharing because I share my stories not for sympathy. I'm trying to just let everybody know that you ain't the only one been there. Everybody got their vices. But if I'm willing to share mine with you and you can take my mess and try to not do what I did, like everybody got to go through their own storms, y'all. Like, you can't want nobody, like I couldn't get clean for my kids. I had to get clean for me. Like we'll say we doing it for, no, you can't do nothing until you do it for yourself because if you're not right yourself, how you gonna be right for your kids? So, Durk and Lachey came on 39th. My granny was living on 99th and Lafayette. They caught the King Drive bus from 95th. And rode all the way to the store. Now I'm in the store. This was right after I lost Antonio. I was mad, y'all. Like I felt that was my bottom for me. Like it didn't take me to go to jail. Like none of that. That was my real bottom for me. And my baby and his sister getting off the bus, and I'm in the store finna cash the last food stamps that I got, y'all, just so I can go get high. And Duck, and they say, here come Duck. Now remind you, he like 2007, he like 13. Like 13 going on 14 because his birthday in December. So he was 13 at the time. And they like, here come your son, your son and daughter, because it took a village. Everybody know who kids was who, so they like, here come your son and them. So I'm like, y'all lying, I'm trying to hide. And he came in the store, and he had his finger in his mouth, y'all. Adam, this is a true story, Lord have mercy. And he was like, Mom, I'm hungry. Now, remind you, I just spent the last food stamp, y'all. And I looked at my son, and I looked at my daughter. Now, this time, my granny is, like, sick. And my brother stayed on 35th and Road. So it's like one area, King Drive roads, all this. If you look at the map in Chicago, you will see. And I called my brother, y'all. And I just was crying because I couldn't even feed my kids. And that was the day, October the 7th, 2007, was the last day I smoked the Primo. And that was just after I lost Antonio. So now I'm clean. And I lose my twin in a fire. 7 years clean, lose my twin in a fire.
And it was one of the twins.
Yeah.
And how did the fire start? And
She got a hold to a lighter.
Damn.
She was progging, doing typical kid stuff. And I think she found the lighter in my coat pocket or something. But somehow, I took accountability for that. I gave that to God for 5 minutes. I wasn't paying attention to my child. And this is why I was clean. And she wound up, because my daughter got 2 kids by FBG Butter. Y'all know that, right?
Okay.
My daughter got 2 kids by her only 2 kids is by
So
FBG.
he's your son-in-law.
That's my son's son. That's my son's son.
Okay.
Me and his mom been friends 40 years. Like, I never knew, and my daughter a big old gay person. She don't even like boys. Like, Butter is really the only boy that she really messed with that I know of.
she had a kid with him, right?
She got 2 kids, man. I'm 10
But
and
you're
3.
saying, do you think, did he just have that energy, or was it once she was done with him, she discovered she liked women while she was with him?
I guess he just made her not want to fuck with no more niggas. I don't know what the problem was. But her kids are 7 years apart now. She went back. Okay. So he went to jail, and I guess that's when she started messing with the girls. But she always been, she was really, her and Jakira was, the best of friends. She got Jakira tatted on her chest like these kids. When it come to drill mamas, I am her.
I'm knowing.
I'm so serious, and I'm not saying like they go out and shoot people and come and I'm cooking steak and potatoes. No, nothing like that. When I say all them kids been around me, I raised practically all of them. Young and Dutchy, they'll tell you. DeLon, that's my baby. Okay. Mello, that's my baby too. Young, that's all them kids was my baby. I wouldn't know none of them if it wasn't for Duck. I wouldn't know none of them kids. These is the friends, because when I left treatment, I moved on 66 and Rose. That was my first apartment, y'all, first time. Mm-hmm. I paid market rent.
And around what year is this?
2008.
All right, so 2008.
2008. I stayed in treatment 9 months, y'all. I saved up enough money and got a job and paid market rent. All the way up to 2014 till I got low income. Yeah, I used all the services that was available for me. Y'all looking at me, but I'm just telling y'all about the street life growing up in Chicago for me.
No, I appreciate it. We need this perspective.
You know, and we had leaders. You know, they liked our leaders and the people we up. So they felt that, but now they wish they hadn't, because this is the destruction that they left behind. So that's what they do. They lock the black men up. I was in the era, my mom was on public assistance. Like, she couldn't even have men in the house. Because if you got public aid, you couldn't even have that movie, Claudine. You ever seen that movie with Diane Curl?
No, I ain't never seen it.
That shit is real. Like, caseworkers used to come to your house. You know what I'm saying? To make sure that whoever living with you is really the people that... So I grew up with a drug-addicted mother in the 80s. Mm-hmm. This is the syrup. What they drinking now, this is the syrup like my mama used to have a grandfather clock. And we're opening when I was a kid, I just see numerous of 2-liter bottles, but they were Hawaiian Punch 2-liter bottles, just full of purple stuff. Mm-hmm. Whole time, this shit was lean. What they drinking now? The promethazine and shit. She was like, I don't know what she did with it. I just know I synced it. And I know back then, I know now what it was. You know, like, she had promethazines, at least 12, what I seen. Hawaiian Punch 2-liter bottles. This was in the early 80s.
Right. Some things never change.
So now, you know, they had the heroin and the Karachi and all them drugs. And so, you know, it's different. Now you got to deal with the Zans and the Percocets and what is it? What else? What's the other
Molly,
shit? Those kids is fucking themselves up with.
But you kind of like drew a line there between the crack era and the current like gang situation in Chicago. Like, you take away all the dads, lock up all the fathers and shit, and this kind of like these kids just turn against each other.
Yeah, because it ain't even about no GD or BD in Chicago. Because you got BDs killing BDs, you got GDs killing GDs, so it's no structure, you know, and they just free file. Now, a lot of these kids really be guilty by association. You know, you can't be a certain person's friend. If you fuck with him, you can't fuck with me. That's how Duck was. He picked his side. It was either Young Money or STL. Because all the motherfuckers used to be in my house, and I come home from work and come in my house, and there's about 15 motherfuckers in my front room, and I walk straight through the front and out the back and go at my boyfriend's house down the street.
All right, so you said in 2008 you moved to 66th Street.
And
so when exactly did you move to 63rd Street? About what year?
2010. I moved. I stayed in the area, 66 and Rose. That's like
A few blocks over.
I think that's where I stayed. It was actually 6607 was my address, 'cause I stayed on outside the street. And it was like actually on the block where J Money was murdered at. but I wasn't living there for years then. But it was like right there. And I moved on 62nd and Wabash. Now this one I wind up. This was in 2010. Before I moved on Evans. And I can remember, I'll never forget this day. And if y'all out here watching this, please don't hold it against me, but this is just how I protected my babies. Like, it was this boy and girls club. You ask Tate 600, he might remember this because my son say he was there. It was Limron and 600. And we stayed right across the street from Boys Girls Club. And we was about to move, but a big old fight broke out between my kids and 600 and Limron while they was in a... That shit was so crazy because my antennas instantly went up, came across the street, from across the street, and they in there arguing and shit. So my little cousin, this scrap brother, he shooting the ball, they talking shit. You know how they play ball. He was like, you a bitch. And I bring my tough cookie ass in there like, who you calling a bitch? You ain't no bitch. And I blanked out from that. When I came to, they was like, you stole on them, Sheena. That's why we had to fight.
You started swinging on him?
Stole. I couldn't even remember the baby I couldn't even remember the baby if I don't know who it was. But I just saw somebody calling my little cousin a bitch. See, I'm real family oriented. Like, blood is really thicker than mud to me. For real. Like, my family is everything to me. So I try to, hold it. If I call you my family, that means I love you, even if you're not my family. If I call you my family, that means something. Because I don't really fuck with people like that. I'm a Virgo, you know what I'm saying? And I give off the same energy that I get. It's just...
So you were like, I just imagine being a parent growing up in Chicago or bringing a kid up in Chicago that as they start to come of age, they're 12, 13, whatever, like you've got to be thinking about like, just being worried about them being, getting involved with gangs and stuff. What was that like for you as a mother, kind of just seeing him slowly get deeper into it?
I was done to the fact like it ain't nothing because I wasn't aware of none of that shit that was going on. Like, I would throw these kids the livest parties because I don't care what they were saying about me. I even have, y'all heard the story of McAdoo, like him and Scrap used to be the best of friends.
Uh-huh.
Him and my little cousin Scrap, so I threw my daughter a black and yellow party. This one, Black and Yellow song with Duck loved the shit out of Wiz Khalifa. And that's crazy how he always represent my baby. Shout out Wiz, I love you. Like, and that's crazy. He didn't even know how much of a fan Duck was of his. Like, you know what I'm saying? Duck listened to shit like Silk and R. Kelly and Silk and, old school shit. He can sing. He actually was one who can sing. I don't know where this rap shit come from, but then I thought about it with 18 people in the house and everybody mama's in the street. You can't do nothing but roast each other. So y'all really having a family roast section. Yeah. That's where the shit come from.
Right.
All right. So with you living on 63rd, when was the first time you realized, like, all right, this might not be the best area for us to be living
I
in?
moved in 2012. Them kids follow me everywhere I went.
No, not the year, but like, what was the first incident where you was like, I don't know if this is a good area for us to be living? Like, any altercations started happening? When did you notice, like, I don't know, about 63rd?
The first thing, because when Tuka died, we wasn't living on 63rd. I was living on 62nd at Wabash. So when Tuka passed away, we wasn't even living over there. We was living past 600, past O Block, like 62nd and Wabash. But I would say when Kyra died, because she died, like when my twin died, the one that passed away, she was like the mascot. Like, She threw up L's. Like, she was so spunky. Her name was Leandria. So that's why she threw up the L for her name. I don't want to get it confused like the baby gang banging and shit. No, it wasn't nothing like that. She was so smart, like, and everybody loved her. Jakira, Delon, like, she would fight. Like, if y'all try to play with Delon, she was like, no, don't touch him. And, like, this how she was. Like, they really babysitted them kids while me and Rhodey went outside and shit. And ain't no telling what they used to do while we was gone. But they were in the house. They wasn't bothering nobody. So I figured it was like, it was okay. I know I stayed active in them kids' life for a reason. I didn't know it back then, like the day Taquan got killed. My last speech to them was like, God's will be done, y'all. Y'all be careful out here. And then 30 minutes later, they calling me saying Taquan been shot.
Is Taquan the little kid that always used to be with Jakira? Like,
yes, the little boy with the ring, yes, who stayed at my house, like all these kids. All of them.
All right, so a question I do have, so who was like Duck's main friends that you used to see around all the time coming to your house? Like, who was his main pack of crew that he was with?
All the Don't get me started. Like, okay. Well, it was always him, Delon, and DJ. Him, DJ, and Young, because they went to school together. They went to Emmett Till together. And it was always them that came up with the Flyboy gang because they want to rap and they fly and freaking all the girls were going with 3 friends and they fighting over them and shit like that. That was, but I don't know where this shit came from. I remember one day I had to go to Hyde Park and get my son with my brother because he hadn't got into it with Vaughn.
You got into it with who?
With Vaughn.
All right.
So I had to go and get him.
And this was the first time you ever heard of Vaughn?
Yeah, this was really the first time that I ever heard of him around that time. And when he got locked up, people was safe shit in that era.
When King Von got locked up?
Yeah. When he got locked up for that little incident and all the other hitters that was left out there. And, as his history goes when it comes to drill stuff, you know what I'm saying? It's just, I didn't grow up like that. My kids ain't grow up like that. I don't give a fuck what people try to say. They grew up with respect, morals. Ain't nobody finna blame me for no shit for what no grown-ass kids decide to do with their own will. They knew right from wrong. It wasn't like they weren't taught. So, I was a bad. I've been running since I was 2. Like, I got lost in the blizzard of 79, Adam. Read about that. The Chicago blizzard of 79, the snow was taller than that fucking stand right there. And it got so bad to where I was 4 years old and my mama used to have to put the bar stool on the door because I would literally wait till everybody go to sleep and just go out. And 2 men found me one day. And before they called the police, they followed the footsteps to the 5th floor. And my mama realized I wasn't in the house. And from that day on, I done been through some shit, but just that, from that, and I still remember this. And I'm 48 years old. I remember this. Traumatic stuff you don't forget. I don't care. I still remember stuff when I was 2.
Yeah.
So traumatic stuff that's traumatic in your life, you will never forget that. And the fact that these men could have did anything to me. See, that's how I was going. You couldn't do that now. Motherfuckers found a little baby out and looked fucked up. Ain't no telling what they'll do to the baby. But I was blessed to run into some men that followed my footsteps back to the building. And when they finally, we stayed on the 5th floor. And when they finally got to the floor, my mama opened the door and they was like, man, we found this baby just in the park trying to swing on the swing. So she She ran in the back. She saw one there. She came back. She snatched me out their arms. First thing my mama did was looked over me. I will never forget this. Just to make sure. And they was like, no, ma'am, we wouldn't have did. They had me wrapped in their coats because it was so cold. And they was like, we just wanted, before we called the police, we just was going to knock on every door in this building before we turned her over to the police. Anybody could have grabbed me.
That's a crazy story.
That is crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Anybody could have grabbed me. And so that let me know I got a purpose here. I didn't know that I was going to lose all these kids. I didn't know that I was going to lose all these loved ones. But I'm just glad that I'm not by the E-way with a cup, stopping traffic.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
pray for them people because you never know what they went through in their life that got them to their point.
So you said your first incident, you said Duck and Vaughn had an incident at Hyde Park. And
They was fighting back then. This is before the shooting shit started. You know?
And so, do you remember what, like, how he described the situation? Just because it's kind of crazy, given that they ended up playing such big roles in each other's lives.
Nah, that they was into it. You know, once he was over there with the WIC, it was called WIC City. Then. But I lived on roads. Like, I'm right in between Old Block and St. Lawrence. Then Young Money down the street. So I'm all in just like, but I'm from 39th Street. I don't give a fuck about, it's a neighborhood I lived in. My son been a gang, he been a chief. The fact that he went to a whole nother set and made it his own, wasn't nobody be talking about no motherfucking 63rd if it wasn't for Duck.
It's probably true.
If it wasn't for Tuka, Dan. You wouldn't be hearing shit about no 63rd, not now.
how often was Tuka around? Because I heard you said that she wasn't living on 63rd at
I
the
was
time.
living on 62nd. Like, he would be like, I would come home and he'll be asleep on the couch. And I'd be like, Duck, who is that? But see, me and his mom used to be together younger. You know what I'm saying? She from 49, Voucher City. His mom. Tuka mom.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She from 49. I was from 39. We always been cool and cautious, but once our kids started hanging in, it got to the point Duck spending the night over there with them and Tuka spending the night at my house. So that's how it used to be, all of them. Lil J, all of them. Like, oh my God, and I used to be like, but that was something in me, maybe I'm feeling bad, you know, because I wasn't there. This is my guilt trip fucking with me. But
For the
that's
Tuka situation, or which situation in particular?
just period.
Yeah.
Leaving my kids and allowing their friends to come around me and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I would rather watch them than have them in the streets. If I know I'm monitoring these kids, if I'm throwing them parties, I'm monitoring them. They ain't killing or shooting no motherfucking body at that time. Because they having parties. They doing something. I'm very respected. I ain't never been disloyal to no motherfucker that didn't deserve it. And even after that, I felt bad about it. So I have a conscience. You know what I'm saying? I really do. And I think that's how we can reach these kids.
What was it like the day Tuka passed? Because, like, he's out of, like, in the drill culture, he's one of the guys, the names that get brought up a lot.
The only reason they mention Tuka because they know how much he meant to Duck and them guys over there. So they ain't had no other thing to talk about. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, they wasn't doing that at first. Like, well, I know L.A. mentioned Tuka in the song.
I like Capone.
Yeah, Shondell something. But Duck also dicks L.A. in a song. And me and L.A. dad, like, he was one of them gangsta-ass niggas that I grew up under. He was from my area, their homes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy to hear. So, like,
PMP, them guys right there.
But when you see something like that, like the whole smoking Tuka thing that eventually turned into such a common meme. Is like, what do you think of that, and how pervasive it's become?
It's sad because people not knowing that, you know, this is a real person at first. You know, you saw the incident with Young M.A.
Right, yeah.
She apologized for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, who wants
I remember
to be...
Duck being mad at Lil Pump for saying it back in the day.
Yeah, he apologized for it. Like, this is a real person, but they made it trend, they made it popular, and they knew it was disrespectful. But Tuka never did nothing. Probably fought him a couple of times or something. Like, they used to fight that I know of. I ain't finna be sitting up here talking about what nobody ain't did, but I know. I'm almost certain that. Because Tuka carried a little pocket knife in his extra pocket. You know, that little third. He carried a little knife. You know what I'm saying? I never seen him with a gun. I never seen him talk about guns. You know what I'm saying? So for them to take that narrative and run with it, only thing I could say, because they know how it will make Duck feel. They knew how it would make people from 63rd feel.
Why do you think there's so much hate and beef with people from 63rd? Like, what's the root of all this? Because a lot of people say that it started from E-Day and Duck going back and forth. A Billionaire Black and Duck had a song called E-Day, Is You Serious?
Yes, cause one of Duck's ex-girlfriends stabbed him. And E-Day was talking about, E-Day was older than them. Like, that didn't make no sense for him. 26, 27, arguing with no 14, 15-year-olds, you know, but hey, that's how they do. But E-Day was actually pretty cool. You know, I was familiar with all of them.
Like, you knew E-Day?
I've seen him. I knew of him. I've met him. He knew who I was. We inboxed and talked. Nothing, like, it was basically like, stop it. We need to stop this. Like, all these people, like, I believe if Duck and Vine was still here, I don't think this shit would be going on right now, because them are two main voices that I know for a fact that a motherfucker would have listened to when it comes to this culture that they doing.
But like, when you look at how it kind of played out, does it seem like, you know, Vaughn was like the opportunistic one who was kind of like using Duck in his songs, and like, you know, he was reaching this like really big mainstream level, and he just like continued to kind of use Duck and 63rd as like like the supervillains in his fucking songs and shit, and like he kind of took it to a different level than it had been going on before that.
Well, Duck, he listened to his mama. Like, I could tell my son something, he'll listen to me. You know, and it was a time I felt like Vaughn was given the opportunity to get his family out of anything that would stop them from being anything but great. And I feel like he just fumbled the ball. Like, he was the bag. Like, there's no way you don't protect the bag. There's no way that you don't make sure the bag ain't secured. Like, that whole situation with that baby is ridiculous, okay? Like, that shouldn't have never happened. And that just goes back for me, like, if y'all look, and I'm gonna speak on this, like, if y'all look at these songs that these babies be rapping about, and I'm talking about my son and his oppositions, or the people he genuinely was into it with, I just feel like that baby was out. This is how I feel as a mother. Because there's no way Duck would have did the things if he was in the position that Von was in. He would have never fumbled the ball like that. Because if you realize, Duck been rapping since 2010. Y'all just heard of Von in 2017. So Duck had 7 whole years on him in this.
He knew what it was like to work your ass long term as a rapper,
Yes,
whereas
and
Vaughn, it kind of happened super quickly.
And I said a prayer a long time ago when he made that Right Now song. I ain't trying to box right now. I say, with the stuff that's going on, and I was like, I'm real spiritual. My God and my understanding, he might answer my prayers. Probably not when I want him to, but they get answered. And I said, if my son got to sell his soul, I hope he never gets signed. That was in 2014. 2016, Duck came to me. He said, if I'm not signed by 2015, he said, if I'm not signed by 16, I'm stop rapping. I say, well, shit, what else you gonna do? You don't do nothing else. Like, you gonna work, get a job. You're not a drug dealer. Like, there's nothing else for you to do. And then when I lost his brother, his protector, our protector, by some unseen foreseen circumstances.
Talking about Brick.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what made Duck go harder with the music.
Yes. Like, he always took it serious, but he could have went ape shit. Because I can honestly say, hadn't Duck would have died before Brick, this should have been so different.
What do you mean by that, though?
If Duck would have died before, like if Duck would have died first and Brick was still here, like, for instance, like that famous picture, y'all, I'm so serious, it went viral, of my son and THF Raheem's grandmother were hugging me. That's my auntie Sharon. It's my mama's baby sister. That's my mama's little sister. And I was telling Duck, because I could just see my son just flipping out and just saying, fuck everything. He lost Brick. He lost Kobe at the same time. He got all this shit going on. And I'm thinking back like, Lord, please don't let me lose my son to this shit. Because, Jesus Christ. I say, Duck, I need you. These my exact words. I say, when the police came and told me that they identified Brick, because we were out there for a long time, and they asked me to describe some things that's on them, so I described, and they let me know. I literally fell out and hit my head. I fell. My head hit the ground like, boom. And that's how I ended up on the ground, and they picked me up. And I just telling Duck, like, please, baby, I can't lose you. Like, no, please, to no streets, to no jail. We got to do this. And that's where all that pain music came from, that afraid. And I lost Brick and Kobe in the same day, make them want to put on a mask and go shoot up Parkway, like shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But he put it in his music. And they kept fucking with him. It's like poking a beehive. Yeah. Keep poking a beehive, like the bees ain't gonna fuck with you unless you swing at them. You're agitating them now.
But like the fan base of drill music doesn't really reward you for being mature and responsible.
I know.
You know?
And that's what Duck was trying. It could.
Right. It's not like it's a
hopeless
situation.
Look at Durk. He sitting down with politicians. He want to do something right for the. But when Duck was doing it, oh no, fuck him, bitch ass. Ain't no peace treaty. And like my son caught a lot of backlash from his own people from that Chicago legend shit. He didn't care about what nobody thought. Trying to get his motherfucking mama and family out the motherfucking hood. He don't care about. He put all that to the side and focused on his craft. But they ain't gonna say that part.
You think when he made Chicago Legends, did he genuinely mean it, or was he trying to
He
clean it?
genuinely meant that shit. But if a motherfucker study, of course you got to make it seem it was about business. Come on now. This is image. This is image that they playing with. So of course, my son would tell me like, why you keep mixing in my brother? I'm like, fuck them, dog. This what you focus on. They gonna talk. Just like that whole DM between Vine and Duck. When he say I'm mixing in you now, everybody wanna know who you is. Boy, stop. He been him. He been him. You just made it about that. Because you trying to get your way up in the music shit. And he was like, I can honestly sit here and tell y'all, it's a couple of songs of that boys that you cannot help but to like. Like that I Am What I Am. Mm-hmm. I found myself, like my kids wouldn't even know that I'm listening to that.
Vaughn song?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I am.
Yeah.
They wouldn't even know, and they'll be like, and I'm just listening to him. And you can hear it in his voice, like, and I just thought that baby was just, when he was locked up and T-Roy got killed because it's allegedly that Brick dropped T-Roy's low in the drill room.
How you feel about that?
Saying. I think it's a bunch of bullshit knowing my son.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But hey, I wouldn't put shit past nobody but me knowing my son. I just couldn't see that because if he would have saw that boy knowing how this shit is, Brick
would
have got out on him himself. That's why I can't shake that. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I just know my son. Because he was the one I was worried about. It wasn't Duck. It was Brick that I prayed for every night. This baby got a belt with 2 guns. He done made a holster with a belt and got 2 guns on his side.
What's it like being a mother and going from seeing your kid just being a real kid, a child, and then like them getting to the point where you know that they're living like that? Like, what's that like as a mother?
It's scary. You have to pray a lot because people are being put at risk. You know, like killing Duck ain't hurt nobody but us and his kids. Vaughn dying, it ain't hurt nobody but his mom, his kids, his family. These people are in heaven. You know what I'm saying? And the afterlife, I'm spiritual. I believe in this stuff. Okay, so I'ma speak it how I feel it. Like, it's like, it don't make no sense. It's senseless. I be so lost. I'm so consumed with this shit to where I don't even have a life. And I'm not gonna get no proper rest, no grieving, no nothing. Until I know for a fact that these motherfuckers ain't gonna be able to shoot nobody else down over no song or no bitch you ain't fucked with in 10 years.
Did you know who was responsible, or did you have some kind of hunch before the RICO came out?
Of course, I investigated a lot of shit myself.
Right.
Like, who would want to do something? Duck got along with everybody. They'll try to say motherfuckers was ops and all this. Duck ain't had no ops. That song fucked them boys up so bad to where they risk it all.
What song you talking about? Dead Bitches?
Yes.
So you feel like that was the final straw? Where like that song took everything over the edge?
No, that wasn't no final straw. That was like the tip of the iceberg. Yeah. But it's like, why y'all study mixing in his brother? This what they want, right? This what the fans like. Duck would have never, like, my baby done ran into ops and they done ran and left their kids to get away. He done ran, and Duck would be like, you see what type of nigga you fuck with, but baby, you ain't never got to worry about me doing nothing to you or your baby. Put him in Ubers, yeah, but you see that bitch ass nigga you fuck with though, he just ran and left you. You know, shit, that's the type of nigga. I've never seen, like, it was an incident one day where Young Money and 4-6 was like this and couldn't do nothing. Cause Duck, this particular person from 4-6 that everybody wanted, decided to follow my damn daughter, which who she was messing with at the time, to a party where it ain't number 51st Young Money up in there. And Duck telling them people like, she with my sister. I can't do nothing about it if y'all catch her any other time, but she with my sister. And they respect my son enough they didn't do nothing to her. That's the type of nigga Duck was. He would have motherfuckers beefing and would be in one room and won't shit happen.
Yeah, because we just spoke to THF Bezu, and he told a story about THF Raheem's funeral and how he basically told everybody that like Duck was going to have to go to the funeral and that nobody could do anything to him or whatever because he had the respect for him. Yeah, they was
like, of course, like that's his whole blood little cousin. Like, Duck ain't beefing with no 4-6. 4-6 was considered another part of his family. Only 2 sets raised me, 4-6 and 39. My cousin original 4-6, not the THF 4-6. 4-6 line, they do this. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I guess the younger generation came up with the THF 4-6. I don't know. You know, but I know the old heads. They know me. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these people, that's why it hurted me so bad to know that somebody from 4-6 actually dropped my son's location. Me knowing his mama. Mama doing my hair. I'm fucking with his uncle the long way. You feel what I'm saying? Not like sexually, but like
this relationship, friendship.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I just can see it. And to allegedly put $100,000 bounty on somebody's head over a song, like Duck never did nothing personally to none of their ass.
All right, so do you believe that King Von actually did put 100,000 on his
They
head?
proved it. They telling on themselves. Y'all, everybody want to talk about Trenches News and Butter the Snicks and the informants and all this shit. Stop it and knock it off. And that's what I'm saying. They be reaching. These bloggers be reaching so bad, but it's this one blogger, y'all. Hood educated. I don't know if y'all watched him.
No.
Adam, have you ever?
I don't think I've seen it.
Adam, when I tell you this man is so in tune with this shit, I found out from him. Because I didn't even know this information. But
I'm gonna look it up right now. Quite an endorsement.
Yeah, but somehow he was able to get the paperwork on the body cams. Duck last words from the body cams. And that's how I found out that my son last words was, where are you shot, young man? And he say, everywhere. So they asked him again, like, where are you shot? Because they didn't see no blood. But my baby was hit with a Draco 16 times. And the bastard who called the location really stayed downtown and recorded my son on the fucking ground. So even in death, they couldn't fuck with him. That's how I'm getting with this shit. Even in death, because y'all thought he was going to die then. But he was pronounced at 5:06 after being shot at 4:26.
All right, so can you break down? All right, so for what people here, he was going downtown to actually go buy some socks or something for his son?
He went to get... They left my house. I didn't see Duck that day because that night he went home And my son last words to me, I say, you finna go home? He stared at me for like 3 seconds. He was like, yeah, Ma, I'm finna go home. That was the last thing Duck said to me, physically.
And home to him wasn't in Chicago at this time.
No, he stayed in East Chicago. I lived in the suburbs at the time. So every year, August 5th, we celebrate my grandmother. That's her birthday. Play cards. That's all we did. You know, Duck started finding out shit, and he just started separating himself from people. And he really basically made himself family-oriented. He had nothing but his 57 cousins and his 151 great-grandcousins. Like, literally. He was cutting motherfuckers off completely. And it just so happened it's tragic.
All right, so walk us through. You said he was. He told you his last words that he was.
That my baby said to me was, "Yeah, Ma, I'm going home." Cause we had got into a little fake argument because he was disciplining his son, and I was like, "You're not finna whoop him and make him stand in no corner. It's gonna be either or." But my daughter was like, "Ma, go get your grandson, cause he already whooped him, and now he got him standing in the corner." So I came in the back and I'm like, "You whooped him?" He just looking at me. I'm like, "If you whooped him, he not finna stand in no corner." This is my grandma voice coming out. And he say, "This my motherfucking son. You can't tell me what to do." And I looked up at that big motherfucker and I said, "You my motherfucking son. I can't tell you what to do." So he like, "You right, Ma, you right." And we had that little, it wasn't nothing. I cooked some chicken rings, I think, and some french fries. And he started getting his kids, CJ and my other grands, ate and ready. And I say, "You finna go home now?" And he looked at me for 3 minutes and he like, "Yeah, Ma, I'm finna go home." He said it just like that. So that was the last words my baby said to me. But I had to get up early that day of the day he actually was killed. That's why I wasn't at the house. He was there, but I was out with my daughter because that's when I found out she was pregnant. Duck never even knew that his little sister was pregnant. We didn't get a chance to tell him because he had got killed, everything. That's why I wasn't at the house. And they say he was laying across the floor in his phone, smoking the blunt. And he like, because he didn't know it, because he ordered him something online too. But he didn't know if it was going to be there about time, his birthday. So he like, "Well, I'm just finna run down." Everybody was trying to go with him, the whole house. He telling them, "No, stay here. I'm coming right back. We finna play cards for Granny." Like, he didn't want nobody to go with him, Adam. He didn't want nobody to go with him, right? And he didn't. He told everybody, he told 1-1, "Come on, drive me out, woo, woo, woo." That's when he went to the KFC on 75th and State. Mm-hmm. And that's when his female friend picked him up from right there. And that's when he went downtown.
All right, so he was with the girl too as well. Because I heard a girl got shot.
Yes, the one who got shot with him. Yeah. She was also injured. And the standers behind the line.
And do you believe that the dude from THF who allegedly dropped the location on him, do you believe that was over a girl?
It's not alleged. I seen the video, Adam.
Oh, okay.
It's not. And what it was, see, the first store was Mulani's. See, I did a whole big old press conference. The first store was Mulani's. That's when I'm assuming he saw Duck. Mm-hmm. You have to be buzzed in there. You have to be buzzed in. It's not a store you can just walk in. You have to be buzzed in. They have to buzz you in and out. So Duck and 2 more people were in there. And this guy and the guy that was with him apparently came in the store. And they supposed to be acting like fans. Now, Duck never even knew who this guy was, per se. He wasn't no Duck, no Oppa Ducks, because Duck didn't know him. You know what I'm saying? 2 years before that took place, Duck used to mess with his baby's mother, who he ain't messed with for 10 years. Mm-hmm. So that's why it makes it so weird to me. I'm not finna believe like, yeah, and I'm seeing this boy lie to these damn people, whoever he talking to on the phone, by the security guard who secretly recorded him. And I heard that boy say out his mouth, first name he asked for was D-Thing, Durk's brother. Because they were like this. That's what fucked me up. My sister used to do D-Thing here. I asked Bezu. If you ask me, I ain't no capping what I'm telling y'all. These are all facts. That's why they don't want me to talk. You know what I'm saying? So, he just was a bitter bitch-ass nigga. He was, point blank period. Ugly ass. He looked like an alien. I don't give a fuck with no. Because if that man would have never did what he did, my son would still be alive. So I don't blame nobody but his ass. The most. And they gotta be the dumbest motherfuckers in the world to take their ass on Oak Street and kill somebody at 4:26 in the fucking afternoon. So they can't blame nobody. That's why I don't understand this fucked up ass culture talking about snitching and all this shit. How's that snitching? You either a witness or you a motherfucker assailant. Which one you gonna be? Which one you gonna be?
I mean, it strikes me that one of the things that makes you unique is that like a lot of parents of rappers who lose their life or whatever, the parents are kind of oblivious or they're not like tapped in like the way you are. So it's like extra painful for you because you actually like know so many of these people from these gangs or who end up rapping or whatever from early on in their life and stuff. So it kind of like hits you extra hard.
Yeah, and it's hard to deal with. Like, it was so much stuff that was trying to prevent me from coming here today. Adam, like from the moment I got off the plane, my house flooded.
Really?
My house flooded. My basement flooded.
And you take these things to heart, like you take that as like a little bit of a message.
Divine intervention, man. And I know it's I don't know how to say it without nobody feeling no type of way, because I'ma speak my man. And it's facts, like, to be oblivious to not see the fucking facts and they in your face, something really wrong with you. Something really wrong with you. And I've been around these kids from Boss Trill to Jakira to Lil B to Crack to Mona Lisa to Caleb B. All these kids have been in my house. And I used to throw parties for them. And they used to have fun. So the reason they coming at me, knowing how thorough I am, lets me know, like, what's the problem? Because y'all know me. I ain't with that internet shit. I got $1 million stories, Adam. I don't want the clout that bad.
Yeah.
I don't want it that bad. This is my life. This is how we used to live. And the minute my son get on the phone and talk to Jay Prince about getting him out a contract that he thought he had with Sony, when it wasn't with Sony, it was a furnishing deal that Clout Boy Inc. got because of Duck. But he not knowing this. So before he can get his affairs together, I'm left to have to deal with this shit. Because everything that's his gonna be his. Everything that belong to my son, he's gonna get it.
What motivates you to be such a public figure when we're not really like used to seeing, you know, deceased rappers' moms necessarily like take on the mission of like continuing to like spread their child's thoughts or music or whatever. But like, I mean, you have the personality for it. But I think like a lot of us were kind of surprised when you sort of popped up and started doing all these interviews and streaming. And
That's
all that
why,
kind of
Duck, I have my Instagram since 2012. Okay? Like, when people say Duck ain't want her on the internet, it wasn't because a bad thing. He didn't want me going to his shows. I never knew the weight of the world was on my son's shoulders till after he died. He only wanted me to be safe. But me being hood and me being want to be there, and I don't want to miss a moment. I want to be there for every moment. And he would have to tell me, no, you can't go, Mom. Sit down.
Because he didn't want people to potentially know about you or like
That,
put you in
or
danger.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But me being the boss that I am,
You wanted to pop out.
I'm her. I am her. I solidified that trail for Duck. I solidified that trail for Brick because they have leadership in them because they come from under leadership. Never had a father. Duck Daddy was gone his whole life. Brick Daddy was out, but didn't give a fuck. All they had was their mom.
You ever see that young boy interview when he says, how he a gangster when
And
his
his
mommy
mama
ain't a
ain't-
gangster?
Ooh, wait, when
felt
I
that?
tell you, I shared it on my story. You had to see that.
I didn't know that, no.
And that man say, if your mama ain't no gangster, see, everybody want to play silent, throw the brick and hide their motherfucking hand. Nah, we not doing that over here. We not doing that. I ain't perfect, Adam. I done did shit. I ain't committed sin God won't, but I ain't getting people hurt. I ain't fucking with the government. I ain't doing however way it's for me, like my OnlyFans. Oh my God, this Mama Duck got an OnlyFans. So motherfucking what? So what? So?
You think Duck would have approved if you had OnlyFans?
What he gonna say? I'm his mom. But if Duck was here, I wouldn't need no OnlyFans.
But what was the content? Because I tried to find it before I couldn't find it.
What was the? You gotta subscribe, baby.
I couldn't find the link though.
I'm gonna send it to you.
So it's not in your Instagram bio? You're trying to make it like a little trickier for the
they
people?
gotta inbox me for it.
What the? You're kind of
Cause I don't want I want to monitor who is able to
okay.
Access
see
it.
my OnlyFans.
Okay, that's fair, I guess.
We recently had Trench's News on here. Are you familiar with him?
Of course, no.
He said Trench's News said that him and Duck used to live together. Any truth to that? Or you know about that?
Like I told you, all the kids considered stayed at my house. I was like an orphanage. If I was like an orphanage. A lot of them kids' mamas didn't want their ass around. A lot of them couldn't do the shit at their mama's house that they did at my house. So maybe that's probably why they stayed around. Respected to the utmost. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't play with them kids.
But you don't believe that he's one of the informants?
Who?
Trench's News?
People
And
assume that he's corroborated one because of how it's detailed. They say that he lived in O Block from like 2006 to 2008. They said his age on there. So like a lot of people, the lore right now is that
Y'all worried about Trench's News.
Not worried, but
I mean, about being a conspirator or a
a
corroborator.
corroborator one in the FBG Duck case.
I'd be more worried about the motherfuckers who I'm on the case with telling than Trench's News. He wasn't there.
That's the whole thing. It's like, why would he and what would he have to say if he's not there?
I think that's what they want people to believe. You know what I'm saying? Because if they putting out this much paperwork, just imagine what don't nobody know. The feds is funny, man. The Fed, I don't fuck with the police, period. I love Duck. But I believe, and I'm going to say that if Duck hadn't got killed downtown, this wouldn't be happening. You feel what I'm saying? Eventually, the killers would have got caught. But by being in such a high profile, like Brick was killed on 63rd St. Lawrence 7 years ago.
and you've seen the level of attention that those sort of killings get, and it's nothing like what happened with this.
No.
Since it was more in like a predominantly white area.
Yes.
It's like a whole shopping area, like high-end stores and shit.
Them people, if this shit would happen in Brick and Kobe shit still ain't solved.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's about the situation, and then the mayor, she get her old buck-eyed, turkey neck having ass. She ain't the mayor no more, so I can grill her ass. I can roast the shit out of her ass. get on the fucking national TV and say he was a gangbanger who fancied himself as a rapper and couldn't find out one fucking dirty thing about Durk as an adult.
Like the fact that she had that to say about Duck and then met with Durk is like, you couldn't make that up. It's that tone deaf and fucking stupid. And granted,
like
she was
what press release? So, and then I'm talking to people like real high people and politicians, and they like, she's not gonna apologize. She's not gonna admit she's wrong. I watched that video of that woman, and as a mother who lost her child after when I saw what she said about Durk's mother and father, oh, I can tell you were raised with love and
you took that as a direct shot.
oh my God. Knowing damn well if he wouldn't have contribute whatever he contributed to your ass, you wouldn't be saying none of that. Because you tried to find dirt on Duck, and you couldn't. Every mugshot that's Duck is out is driving with no license. Not no drugs. Not no county. The most he ever been in the county, he probably ain't dressed up. Duck ain't do jail. They used to have my baby in the police yard when he was a kid for 3 days. I used to literally have to call OPS to have them release my son. So it was like they was out to get him from there. I had moved off Evans for 4 years. They was still coming there talking about Duck Mama live there. And they got mad at the neighbors because they ain't telling them where we moved to. Y'all know where the fuck they moved to, where they moved to. This how the police used to harass us.
Really?
Early in the interview, you said something. You said if Vaughn would have never got released from jail, a lot of people would still be alive. So do you feel like a lot?
No, I didn't say that. I say a lot of people ain't died while he was in jail. Like, wasn't nobody dying as long as he was in jail.
So when you saw that King Von or the Traplo Ross documentary, was that stuff that you mostly thought was true?
That man need a fucking Oscar in drill economics, okay? He need an Oscar.
Right.
Cause whoever telling him some shit, that's good research. That man shout out Trap Lord Adam. I'm telling you.
You paid for the Patreon.
I paid $5 just to watch the uncut version. Yes, I did.
Well, me too. I just watched the Patreon version of the Youngboy documentary, and it had a lot of shots that you probably didn't get in the main one, like Lit Yoshi fucking shooting a Draco with one hand at his ops, and crazy shit that's in there.
Yeah.
Just as an aside.
But it's it don't make no sense. Like,
you feel like Vaughn and a lot of the people that came up in the drill era were doing a lot of self-snitching? Because, like, how did Traplo Ross get all
come on now, use your common sense, man. See, you not from Chicago, so you just want my opinion about the situation.
Yeah, I just got to ask the question.
Okay, yes. Why? Like, me knowing what I know, like, them crazy stories used to have me cracking the fuck up. Because me knowing what I know, I be like, did he just really say that, knowing that really happened? And how did he know that that happened? Only way you could know that that happened like that, you had to been there. Like, you know what I'm saying? But when he took it to the O, I was done. You know what I'm saying? That let me know after I seen that video and I saw the white lady and she was like, I say, it's a rap, Duck. You got to do some shit now, baby.
Really?
Because he got him.
You knew that the music was good and that it was going to take off.
Got him.
Yeah.
It ain't the music was good. It was just like if Duck would have had the type of backing that Von did, ain't no telling what he would have did.
I mean, it was a huge moment and an opportunity for him, too, because it's like you're being cast as the villain, so you might as well lean into it and go for it. You know? Yeah.
Yes, and it's an image. That's what I'm saying, like, to not separate the image from the real person, that's when people get lost at. They fall in love with the image, because a lot of these rappers, it's not like that. Mm-hmm. And the ones that is, they gonna tell on themselves.
Right. I wanted to ask about this. So, can you recount what happened with Lil J and FBG? Like what was the circumstances that he left?
Well, from when I can remember, like back in the day, like Manny wanted him to sign a contract with Cowboy Inc., but he never did. He never signed. Like I don't think Billy signed one, but I think Duck ain't signed one until Slag got so big, and he used that as an excuse. Like, how could you say you own this? Because I know how I'm learning the business more and more as I get in tune with it, and how can you claim a catalog that you had no parts of? How can you be getting residuals off something you didn't have a part of? Something from word of mouth. Because he trusted you. You were like a father figure to him. So he thought, but then he started learning. And he slowly started pulling away. He's asking for his contract. How I'm going to email it to you. These were the excuses that were given to him. And then he got on the phone with Jay Prince at my house while Easy was sitting right there. And he say, well, what you want to do, Duck? And Duck say, get me out that contract. So Jay Prince called Sony and was like, yeah, you got however way they do. And Sonny was like, well, we ain't signed Duck. We signed the whole label, Cowboy Inc.
So Duck was leveraged to get Dutchy and Young a deal as well, as what you're saying.
Cowboy Inc. got a furnishing deal.
So Duck could have just released music as a solo artist,
And then that's
but he didn't know that. He thought that he was, and
He
that
thought
was like
he was signed.
for like years. He
Because-
thought that.
No, it didn't happen. It happened in 2018, Adam, and then 2019 he started realizing.
Oh, okay.
Like Duck last show was August 1st, 2020. And he had a show in Kokomo, Wisconsin. And this was the time, I guess, him and Manny, everybody jumped ship on my baby. Why died? Then he had to get DJ Skinny to fill in for Y Dot, because that was the official Cloudboy Inc. DJ. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we at the house. Everybody, they meet up at my house before the shows. If they driving, like, they would leave literally like 10 cars deep, go to the show. Everybody don't come back, but Duck will come back probably with KG or, you know what I'm saying, One Trey. You know, One Trey stayed with me. So, you know what I'm saying? It was like, okay. But other than that, I just thank God. I just thank God every day for my sanity. Because once I lose that, I don't know what's next. The fact that I haven't lost my mind yet is what keep me going, knowing that I have a purpose and whatever God is using me for.
Yeah, what does keep you going? Because you've seen so much more death, especially like people really close to you, than the average person. Like
I couldn't even answer you. I couldn't even answer that. All I know the devil be mad as hell when I wake up and my feet hit the floor. Because he know he can't touch me. Like, even in death, my son, the impact that he put in and on this world is never going to be forgotten. I don't care how people don't want to recognize. Real is real. You see what I'm saying? A real person is like, you can know them genuinely. You know, it's a treat when players meet. Y'all ever heard that saying, like, you see, it's a treat when players meet, because, you know, from one player to another. So, Jesus. But my man be so everywhere. Like, right now, I was in the middle of a question, y'all, and I can't even remember what the fuck it was, because my thoughts, they just be coming in my head, Adam. Like, they just be coming, and I be trying to say everything all at once, and I have to like just slow down. This is what I do therapeutic for me. I have to slow down, because once you see it, it's out there.
Right.
And I ain't never said shit that I couldn't see again.
What was your relationship like with Kayla B?
She used to be at parties at my house. Like, we never beef. I remember it was an incident where, Jesus Christ, Lord, I'm really finna say this. I threw the kids a party, and they were in there acting all wild and stuff, and somebody popped a balloon, and it sounded like a gunshot. So I grabbed the gun, and I ran out, and Kayla B was in the corner with her leg up. And I'm like, who the fuck? Who the fuck doing? Who the fuck? And she like, Mama Sheena, because they used to call me Mama Sheena. Now, they was calling me Mama Duck before Duck died.
She had her leg up.
She thought I was going to shoot her or something.
Oh, okay. What was she doing?
I guess taking cover. Like, taking cover, like, because once I heard the balloon pop, I didn't know if motherfuckers was in my front room shooting, acting all stupid and shit.
Yeah.
So that's what that was about. Like, me and Kayla, that's why I didn't understand why she came at me like that. You know what I'm saying? But Vaughn is her brother. Can't nothing change that. You know what I'm saying? But them are facts. Before he was your brother, you was stir crazy. He's like, fuck the ops, fuck O-Block, all that. That's evident. I ain't finna have you or think you gotta go against your brother. Hell no, big side. Hell to the no. You better ride with your brother.
So when did you think, when did the change happen? Like, because she was hanging out with y'all a lot on 63rd. Was it after Vaughn got successful?
Last time I seen Kayla B was when Lil J stomped her.
Lil J stomped her out?
Stomped her.
What happened?
I was throwing my daughter at 18, like I used to throw the parties for the kids. And we was at my cousin's house. She was actually with Corey, Duck's ex-girlfriend, that stabbed her. That stabbed him.
Right.
Where he at? Tell him to bring it here.
He can hear you.
Yeah.
Well,
I said I want to look all ratchet and get on here and smoke, y'all, but
we're almost 2 hours in. You'll be all right.
I need, yeah.
She smelled Donnie smoking and it triggered her.
Yes, it did. Sent me dead off. I'm like, hold on now.
We got to hear this story, though. So it was a party for her?
Yes, for my daughter, Lachey, butter baby mama. And she came with Corey, and Corey wound up fighting another girl that Duck messed with named Peaches. And I asked Corey, I say, look, Corey, don't come here. Y'all gonna have to leave if you finna come here and think you gonna be fighting. She like, I ain't on that, Mama Sheena. You know, she had Kayla with her. This was after the fact that when she found out that Vaughn was her brother. So, yeah, he did. That fight broke out, and he stomped her ass the fuck out. All because she was Vaughn's sister.
Oh, really?
And she was at the party. He was like, that bitch can't come up in here. And I'm like, hold on, slow down. What is y'all? Because I'm already fighting Corey. Because I asked Corey don't come there fighting. So she want to play. So I had to put pause on her. Then after I did that, I took her upstairs and put her in the bed. And let her go to sleep.
So did y'all all find out that Kayla B and Vaughn were related at like one time? Like,
it came out. I can't even remember. It really didn't make a difference to me. Yeah. Like, I'm not holding nothing. I like her. Actually, she was through that bitch beating motherfuckers up. She was a wild little motherfucker, G. Like, that's the Kayla I know. She was going with the real.
Were you mad at Lil J for doing that?
Huh?
Or was it kind of...
I mean, why would I didn't have no feelings about it. It was wrong. Right. I told him, why would he do that? Because I'm thinking, like, You bringing conflict to my cousin crib now, cause you just did that to her in here. So if she go back and get her brothers now, but see, Vaughn was in jail. So that's what I meant about if, when Vaughn was locked up, a lot of motherfuckers stopped dying. Like, wasn't nobody really getting killed.
There's only so many people that are as committed to the war as he was, right?
I just feel like there's no way I would have 50 platinum fucking plaques and just still have that mindset. That's why I felt it was personal with him and my kids. It really was. Everything he did from the trolling after his death, like he was satisfied. They were so happy. Everybody was happy that boy was dead.
But when you watch that Youngboy documentary, don't you kind of get the vibe that when Vaughn wanted to beef with Youngboy, that like maybe he had some reasons, but ultimately I think he understood the value of beefing with a high-profile enemy, right? And I think that with Youngboy, he had kind of like seen the limits of how far he was going to get dissing Duck, and he had decided like this is the next person that I'm going to use to basically like further my career, right?
Who? Vaughn. So he was dissing. You see, I didn't know that.
Well, it's in the Youngboy documentary.
I know I saw the video, like, I be, Bree, come fix this, baby. Real, I don't know. Y'all got to do better than that. I need a raw cone. Who got one of them?
Oh, you want this? It's got tobacco in it. I don't know if you like it.
So they really do that? Mix tobacco and weed up here?
Yeah.
Y'all tweak. That shit. That
do it
shit
all over
worse
the
than
world.
crack. Nah, I don't know. Nobody mix no weed
not
and
a
no
primo.
tobacco.
Sorry.
Shit, it might as well be. You might as well do something. Right now, you smoking your head gonna hurt and you hit it.
Well, you can tell me if you like the way it smells. But you smoking a blunt, it's the same thing.
No, see, what I'm talking about is straight weed, straight drop weed. It ain't got no mix of no tobacco in it. Like, I smoke cigarettes.
Okay.
I'm a Newport. Do you have
Newports.
one, by the way? Who smoke Newports?
None of us,
Nobody?
unfortunately, yeah.
You didn't used to have them in the vending machine?
No, I don't think so.
Somebody said it was Newports in the vending machine.
Wasn't no cigarettes in there?
I don't think there
there
were. There was like,
Illegal in LA County, that's what I was telling you.
oh yeah, you can't buy Newports out here. Isn't that fucked up?
Y'all got me fucked up. I gotta go back to I can't
Yeah.
get no
You're gonna be smoking Marlboros or something
ain't
out here.
smoking shit. And if I don't have a square in the next 8 hours, I'm just might as well stop smoking, babe.
Yeah.
I gotta wait till I get back to Chicago to smoke a cigarette.
Hey, given that you were around Lil J so much for all those years, what how did you feel when you saw the leaked footage of him with the transmission sitting on his lap?
Man, did this here. Y'all can believe that's him or not. Like, it be so much trickery. Like, me personally, because me and this boy, like, this is like my son for real. I told him to run with this shit. I say Thug did it.
Not like actually though.
Gee, Thug was talking about, I ain't gonna do nothing with the bigs. I would do shit, but I ain't gonna do nothing with the bigs as long as, what'd he say? What's that song? Did a lot of shit, just a little and lifestyle. That song. He's like, wait a minute. If she does shit, I ain't gonna do nothing with it, no way, or some shit. There's something in that word. I love you, Thugger. I ain't trying to say nothing for you till it's backwards.
He might have used some like feminine imagery,
But
with, like
gee,
the
they
dress.
had the
and-
man in pink hair. Like, he ran with that
but
shit.
he was
Stop
still
playing.
like in relationships with very attractive females
Did
throughout
you
his whole
see
career.
the amp? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Lil J got bitches.
Oh, he does. Okay.
He have 1,000,001 fucking bitches. Do you hear me? Like, he got bitches.
Right.
Yeah.
So I feel like whatever his sexual preference is, I ain't the one to judge, but I'm not finna sit up there and agree with some shit that I don't know for sure because of some shit that a motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? Everybody chasing it to me. I'm a factual person.
Have you
Right.
talked to him? Like, do you?
Talk to him all the time. That might be him calling me now.
Oh, right.
I can email him like I talks to him all the time.
But it's kind of like a witch hunt to like get to the bottom of it, right? When you see DJU interviewing the trans woman that he used to spend time with, allegedly.
Everybody want the clout. DJ, you let a motherfucker put some bogus shit behind my name.
What was that?
He let one of them, y'all ain't see that call me a rat bitch, a fed bitch. I think it was,
Okay.
Strike that. You edit that part, don't you?
We'll bleep it.
Yeah,
Okay.
bleep that.
I was gonna ask him about him anyway.
Yeah, bleep his name. We can talk about it. We'll let the people figure out who the fuck I'm talking about.
Okay.
But yeah, he's such a clown. He's
You
such
don't
a
care for him.
not at all. And I don't know why he played with me. Cause I saw how little Mister beat the fuck out of him.
that video always gonna come up.
I saw how Brick, like I'm waiting, like you see how all the fights tapes been getting released. I'm waiting on them to send bricks.
Yeah.
I really want to see, because they say that's all he did was fall. Every day he beat motherfuckers up. Every day, that's why he vowed to me. He say, if next time I go to the state, it's going to be in a bag. Like my son told me out his own mouth, like I'm thinking that he going to be on suicide by the police.
How long did Brick do in jail? How long?
4 years.
4 years.
4 years, some dirty ass police. That's another story. I'm gonna say that for part 2. Y'all gotta pay me to come back out here again. Talk about that. But yeah, man, seriously, like I had some wild ass kids.
But
man.
wasn't it a rumor that Duck tried to kill? I guess we could bleep it again. I don't know.
Yeah, bleep that. But I'm gonna talk my shit.
Okay.
It ain't no rumor.
Okay. What do you
They're
know about
facts.
it? What do you know about it?
Cause this bitch ass study wanna fucking play with my son's name. And Duck took that real personal. Okay? And the rumor is that a motherfucker seen him and called my son while he was fucking signed. Talking about they see him. I don't give a fuck. Let him be, nigga. We ain't got shit to be risking or losing.
So y'all gave him a pass type shit.
I ain't give him shit. I don't know what happened after that. All I know, Can't Get Right got killed later on that night. So, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that was the same night. But I don't know why he wanted to play with me.
What was your relationship with Can't Get Right? Was he coming around?
Son, I ain't never have to worry about bringing groceries up as long as Mr. Wallace was around. Never. You feel what I'm saying? So, like, these boys genuinely looked up as to me as like a mother figure.
What happened to Lucky? He's another one I used to see out there as well.
Lucky, I don't know. I pray for Lucky every day because he's really going through it right now. You know, he just lost his sister. And I think another family member passed, like it was back to back. And I don't know, it's just, I just pray that people have the strength of a lion like I do, just to deal with life. To endure life is, because death is easy. What the hell? I'm choking. Give me some water.
Sorry.
This that shit.
Is that some Cali weed or the Cali weed?
I ain't bringing none on the plane. Yeah, this was some Cali
It's legal
weed.
in Chicago too, though, right?
Yes, it is, but
I'm gonna do a bathroom break. I don't know if you want to keep talking.
Okay.
Whatever you guys want to do.
yeah.
I seen somewhere where you said that, or how do you feel about this? How do you feel about Dex switching up?
What that?
Famous Dex.
What you mean switching up? Oh, you saw what I said why he didn't get ducked.
Yeah.
Because as rumor has it that he was only using them to get famous, and once he got famous, he wasn't fucking with them. And that's what actually happened. Because how Dex famous than Duck. He
Yes.
was really blackballed. Like, I look at a lot of L.A. videos. Durk was the hype man in L.A. videos. Did you know that? You look at L.A. Capone videos, Durk was a hype man in his videos. And that's cool. Like, Duck was a hype man in Young videos.
So you think Dex came around just for the clout, and then after you got the clout,
I think Dex was really just a kindred spirit. Like, when Dex was around me, he was funny. He was respectful. Like, I can't say nothing bad about him, or I'm not finna get on here and make him. But at the time, I was in my feelings because I felt like, I remember they had a show, Lil J Billionaire, Dex, and Duck. This was like 2014. It was like one of their big shows, and they was playing Chief Keef. And Lil J literally went over there to the DJ people and took they shit off and broke it. Like, y'all not playing that shit up in here. Like, this how serious these babies was going with this shit. So Duck dancing in the middle of the, and all of them just bumped right to stay. He stepped back and gave them they shine. That's just the type of person he was.
Yeah.
He stepped back. He wanted everybody to eat. But I wish he would have had, he didn't want to leave nobody. He been out of Chicago. I been out the hood. Like people say, I ain't lived in the hood since 2012. So, they take this narrative from the internet and they run with it. I know I wanted to double back. You was saying something about snitching.
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry.
Uh-uh.
He was saying something because I told you.
Rapper self-snitching from Chicago?
Yes.
Yeah.
You don't think, what do y'all think about that?
I think me as a blogger, I think definitely
they make it easy.
they make it easy for us to blog.
Very.
And really,
And to get mad at y'all. Now, the boy got my channel took down because I posted a video of him watching a man twerk.
Oh, really?
So this is an individual who say he had sex with me. He supposed to be one of Duck ops. First of all, you would have to know Duck in order to be his op, right? Y'all would have to have some type of interaction or seeing each other like, how is Duck your op? Because you dissed Tuka in a song. You trying to chase clout. He spread the whole rumor we had sex.
This was a while back. I think I seen the
This
video.
is
Yeah.
Who was it? Who did this?
We ain't gonna say his name for real.
Okay.
But he was a younger guy, so people were giving you a little. I think he
My
was,
baby daddy, I'm 15 years older than my ex nigga. So, you know what I'm saying? That ain't nothing. I met him, he was 20, I was 35. Now, he knocked me up with twins. That's what a young nigga do. When an old bitch fuck with a young nigga, they gonna knock your ass up with twins. Stay the fuck away from them.
All right. I also seen somewhere where this is after Vaughn and Duck had passed. I think you said you were at like a barbecue or you were at some function and
All right, at Donnell Jones.
and I believe a shootout happened or something. But it was
We
King
was
Von's-
at the park. Now this the shit J Hood ass gonna try to spread and say. Like 39 is just so iffy and weird. That's why we don't fuck with 39 like that. Because they just so optified. Like they fuck with everybody who was against Duck. But Duck is originally from 39th Street. So that's what fucked my head up. Like, these people not even from here. Like, everybody is flipping and doing this and that. And y'all gonna try to say that my son can't fucking come down here. Guess what? He don't even want to come down to this motherfucker. His family ain't down here no more. So y'all ain't did nothing slick, but you just showed your true colors and who y'all dick riders.
Mm-hmm.
This is the only
Lloyd.
because wasn't there a thing where you were at some kind of concert or show and there was a shootout as well? Like
Playo.
there's a couple situations. Yeah.
I was supposed to did Big A, Fed A had a show. JHE Fed A, he had a show. So I was a special judge there, like I'm networking that.
Yeah.
I got my security with me, like I'm on the stage, I'm watching the talent. I'm just here. I put me on this plugger like, Mom Duck, you gonna come out? I say, yes, I will support you, baby. Anything positive, I will support you. Whole time, they ops from Joliet is up in this motherfucker. I'm sitting on the stage. I just see two people are doing this. So my antennas went up. My hood antennas, everybody should have them. Keep your head on the swivel.
I feel like you have better than average hood antenna for sure.
Yes, so I say, okay, now this time I'm on the stage. I just see two people in each other's face. Security instantly got, so when the shot went off, I was already in a closet.
Oh, shit.
So now I'm thinking, Lord, please don't let me walk up out here and see one of my kids laid the fuck out with all this shooting. It was like literally over 200 shots, it sounded like. Like, it was literally over 50 shots in the club, but it was more shots outside the freaking club. So I'm like, Lord, when I come up out this cloud, now the security like, you can't go nowhere, Mama Duck. You got. I'm like, but they, it was nonstop. So when they finally stopped, they let me out the closet. I'm still not knowing what happened. I see somebody stretched out dead. Now they throwing me in the car. They trying to get me up out of there. So the next day I see it on the internet. They was trying to kill Mama Duck at Playos.
Right.
Yeah, I seen.
Crazy.
It was just a coincidence.
So back.
Crazy. Just some crazy shit. So I said I ain't fucking with that no more.
Just being out doing events like that?
Just a normal event and some I even told them, if y'all know some shit like that gonna be going down, don't invite me to no stuff like that. Like, now I'm looking at the bird like I just do Duck show. I just do the Stop the Violence concert.
J-Man was mad that he wasn't on there.
No, J-Man wasn't mad. He wasn't. Don't y'all let it hit different when you know the real J-Man versus the J-Man. Y'all.
Tell us about the real J-Man.
The real J-Man. I want me to tell y'all the real J-Man.
Before he sold Whoops.
Before he sold Whoop. Do y'all want to hear the story about how I first met J-Man?
Yeah,
Oh, yes, of course. Definitely.
How I was first introduced to J-Man.
Sure.
Stayed on Evans. And Duck had a room, because I let them make a studio in my enclosed back porch. Him, Dutch, and them, they really used to be like all them videos that y'all see, 2010, 11, 12. Them videos, a lot of them was in my enclosed back porch, because I literally let them, they say that they can do the studio stuff. So one particular day, everybody was over there. And everybody was over there. So Brick and Duck had a room because my son shared it. He was at college. He was at college. So Brick and Duck would share one room in the front. I had my own room, and the twins and my girls would share a room because Brick and Duck were the only boys there. So they in the room, and he got some girl in the fucking room, right? So I wound up coming in the front. Now I know Duck probably told him, yeah, go on crack right quick. Woo, woo, woo. My mama better not kick you.
Crack.
Now remind you, I never met J-Man a day in my life, okay? The first day I met him was in 2010. No, yeah, like 2011, 2010. So I go in my front room, and I open the door. He whooping.
In your house.
He whooping, baby. I'm talking about whooping, whopping, dipping, flipping, and I'm like,
What position?
Duck. Nah, I don't know. I don't want to kill a visual. I'm not even trying to think back that far. But I just know he was sweating. I will say that. And I'm like, Duck! So, of course, he walk up in there like he didn't know what was going on. J-Man, for real? You ain't here cracking motherfuckers in my OG crib, you know. Whole time I'm knowing J-Man not that disrespectful, just gonna crack somebody. He got manners.
Right.
You know, that's actually his cousin, is Duck's baby mama.
Uh-huh.
You know, Duck baby mama got a baby by his first cousins. Duck got a baby by his first cousin.
But we've established that you love street dudes. There wasn't a little bit of you that was aroused when you saw J-Man getting his whoop on?
This must be the end of the interview.
Nah, it's not.
This gotta be the end of the interview, my friend.
No. That was just...
But like I said, Adam, for real, hood educated, he let me really, I fucks with him. Like, because he only one scene, like he not chasing it.
Okay.
He's genuine. You know, I give up to all the bloggers, especially from Chicago, that know they shit. A lot of these people from out of town, they be reaching, they be trying to figure shit out. And they also have sources here that be paying for information. A lot of it be false, but they'll run with it.
Really? You think YouTubers are doing that?
I know they doing
Really? That makes sense. I always wonder why none of the, like somebody like Trap Lord Ross, he kind of like refuses to do it.
Man, Trap Lord, he the GOAT. Ain't shit. Look. He raw for the culture.
But he doesn't like do the thing where he just starts talking to somebody who's like a spy in the neighborhood. Like I think he avoids doing that. He tries to only work with stuff that's publicly already out
He
there.
paid millions for that info, so that means he made 10 times as much. He paid a lot. He had to. Like, it's just too accurate. Like,
What?
a lot of that stuff that I know for sure is too accurate.
But he said everything in that Vaughn documentary was already out there. He just put it on a timeline and made it made sense.
And let me see this line. And then that's the funny part about it. Like, he opened my eyes to some shit. I really watched it and I say, well, I'll be damned. Okay.
What's your thoughts on Charleston White? Because I know y'all had a huge back and forth.
You know what?
She comes over to her back.
No, some real shit, y'all, for real. Some real shit. Scott's honor. It's my right hand to God.
Right.
When I met Charleston White, like I'm never wrong with judge characters. Like people, like, you know, I have that type of aura where I draw people in. You know what I'm saying? And at the time, like Charleston, I still don't know why he blanked out on me. Like, real talk, I still don't know, because I ain't never been disloyal to that man. I've never, even when he was coming at my people, I had to call him and say, Charleston, no. Now you done got me in the mix of some shit, because since that, my people that used to fuck with me from Chicago do not fuck with me no more. Behind Charleston White. And it's cool. We can keep it cordial. You know what I'm
You're
saying?
talking about just fans?
People, period. No, I'm not fans.
You think Charleston White had that much power to turn people against you?
There was rumors out there like, yeah, she telling that nigga all Chicago business. First of all, ain't shit he said about Chicago was true. What business did he say, and why would I discuss if it's not the topic of Carlton fucking Weekly Wives? I'm discussing anybody. I really don't care at this point.
Have y'all met in person? Because he on an interview, he said that he used to give you money and a whole bunch of shit like that. So, like, what was y'all real relationship like? How did you even get in touch with him in the first place? He reached out to you?
Yeah. He reached out to me. He did a Say Cheese interview after Durk died where he was getting on Durk. Saying she begging y'all to stop saying her name. She begging y'all to stop dissing her son. Like, motherfuckers made millions off trolling my son after he died. But I'm like, how you a hero and you won't even make shit right with the mothers that's affected by this shit? That would be the first thing I would do, being an honorable person. Like, fuck the image. I would get with these ladies and sit down with them and be like, look, I apologize. It's nothing that I can do, but how can we make this right? How can we move forward? Like, I think that needs to be done, because before you can try to save the city, I think you need to make it right with the people who were affected by what you were saying. You know, that's just my opinion about it. But, you know, everybody won't, I don't hate Durk. I'd be a damn lie to say I don't dislike him. He has given me reasons not to. And I don't even know him personally. You know what I'm saying? I don't hate nobody, literally. I don't even hate the killers that killed my son. I am the reason they didn't get the death penalty, okay? So, I believe life is hard, death is too easy. A lot of these motherfuckers don't even deserve to die.
What do you mean you're the reason that they didn't get the death penalty?
Because it was solely my decision.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, I didn't know that.
And I said, no, why would I agree with a system that I'm against, killing black young men for whatever reason? What's going on? I'm not with that.
But you'd be happy to see him do 30 years.
50, 70, 90. That's my satisfaction. I'm going to tell the world, because it ain't going to bring my son back, and I don't want nobody else to kill him. But I want them to see how I feel to lose loved ones in jail and can't do nothing about it. Or to lose a mama or a daddy or a sister or a brother. That can't be life. It can't be to deal with no shit like that. So that's what I want for them. That would be, I don't want none of that blood on my hands. Vengeance is mine, said the Lord. And that's who I'm going to leave it with. That's who I'm going to leave it with.
One of the main guys that we always hear about too is Wooski. What was your relationship with Wooski? Was he around?
My son, like, when that happened, when Wooski first woke up from his coma, I was the first person he seen. I didn't leave his bedside when he got shot.
Because you was actually there when he got shot at the funeral.
At the funeral, yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah.
And this was a funeral for Dusky.
Yeah. And I hear shots like, and this is the crazy part about it, Adam. Long live Fat Shorty. I promise you. Like, I come out the church and I say, and these is my exact words to Fat Shorty. I say, is y'all got y'all antennas up? Because you know I'm hood with it. They know I'm the hood mom. I say, but I was really joking, but I was serious. And I say, y'all got y'all antennas up? And I remind you, I got my daughter who was like 16 at the time, 16 to 17 at the time. So Fat Shorty like, yeah, Mom, we got it. Because I'm like, you know they shoot up funerals too. And as soon as I stepped around from Big Shorty, that's when they got the fire. It was like, fop. So I done ducked. I done got up under the funeral car with the casket, where the casket go in.
Was it from the car or did they run up?
I didn't see where they was coming from. I just heard shots. And my ghetto survival skills told me to drop low. Because if you know ain't nobody shooting at you,
right,
you don't want to be a moving target. You drop where the fuck you at and try to roll or take cover. And that's what I did. I rolled up under the funeral car. But now my daughter done ran off. Because she done ran a separate way, but I done ran. So now I'm like, Lord, I don't want, but it was like 8 people got shot. And Wooski got hit with a bullet that hit the ground.
Really?
And ricocheted and hit him. He didn't get shot in the head like a person walked. No. You know what I'm saying?
So you're saying he wasn't the target of what they were doing?
Who? I
Wooski?
don't know who was no damn target. All I know ain't nobody walk up to him and shoot him in the head.
Right.
Everybody was running. You don't know who was shooting at him. And that's sad that you got to bring guns to God's house. Like, that's
crazy,
we in the end of days, babe.
But is
Mona Lisa, let me tell you what she did at Tutu funeral. While her ass want to sit up here and try to come at me. She brought guns in a church against the odds. This before she started messing with J Money and had a baby man.
Who is this, Mona Lisa? I don't think I know her.
Jay Money's girl?
Yeah, this is who claims she's Vine granddaughter, whatever her name is. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So we recently had some words. You know, her dad from 4-6. I grew up with him. Her mom from the alley. Like, we grew up together. These are people, though. So that's why she was always welcome in my house, because I knew her parents.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? But I guess when she went to the other side, and how could you diss Duck? Like, Duck ain't never diss you. Like, Duck ain't never, he'll see you and be like, what's up, Mona Lisa? Like, he would never, do nothing to you. So, and that's how you know it was a clout chase move. It was a dick ride move. This is somebody who would have protected you if it would have came down to it. I have people behind them walking up to me right now, telling me, like I was in the hospital, they say, your son one day, some boys was jumping on me, and this is an older lady, and say Duck came out the alley like, is you okay? Is you all right? Come over here with me. I'ma make sure you good. Ain't nobody else over here gonna fuck with you. And that's the type of kindred spirit Duck was. He was a protector, G. Like, he wasn't with the bullshit, but he was with all the bullshit. I'ma just say all that.
Right.
Have you ever ran into Chief Keef? Because initially the beef really started with Duck and Chief Keef. So like, have you never seen Chief Keef in
I
person?
had Duck listening to text. He came, I got it blasting in the crib one day. He came home, he bobbing in the house, he going through the crowd, running through a text, smoking on that, also known as
So you were a fan before all this shit.
I like the music, Adam.
Right.
I don't like the dissing of the dead. I like the music. Text for Nito. Oh my God. Adam.
Yo.
I said I was gonna crack a joke with you about Lena. Like she like BBWs, baby. I like the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
I rock her shit.
I don't want to be going on the Chiracology Reddit and seeing them talk about you flirting with me, so I'm not going to say anything.
All right.
I'm scared.
Bring on Lena. That's her name.
I could send her over for sure.
Linda.
Lena.
Lena.
Yeah.
It's Armenian.
Shayna and Lena. That sound good, look at her. With an Adam sandwich in the middle.
So you down? You down to collab on Plug Talk?
Oh, make an Adam sandwich.
You down to collab on OnlyFans with Adam?
Hell no, I don't do nothing on that damn.
Oh, so you ain't really doing anything
OnlyFans.
on the OnlyFans?
I'm finna be talking about Duck Case. I'm finna be doing exclusive promoting.
Right.
Like, I'm finna make OnlyFans positive. They're gonna hate me.
Yeah.
Even though to them freaky people that's positive, but
It's just a platform. You can do whatever
I
you want on
mean,
there.
who wouldn't wanna see Mama Duck doing anything sexual? Like, she the GOAT.
No, we got to root for Mama Doug, right?
She the GOAT.
If you don't support Mama Duck's OnlyFans, you're not for the culture.
You're not fucking around. Not for
Glad
real.
we got
you're
that
not.
cleared up.
So go promote, go join, go follow, do it all. I gotta feed my grandkids.
Let's
Another
do it.
question I got to ask you about what's up with Aunt Glizzy? I've been seeing
The
y'all go
dude
back.
from Birmingham or something?
He
I
from
don't know.
Washington, D.C.?
He's not from Washington, D.C. He's from
Maryland?
some Baldwin, some.
Baltimore?
How do y'all get in the back and forth? Where did that even come from?
I don't even know him. He actually looked like a Little Richard reject. Like he could have played Little Richard in his biography. Like his lips, his mouth. For him to be a man, he have an ugly ass mouth. Like seriously.
Wow.
That man don't know me. He don't know me, see, because I black out and chin check his ass. Like, that, for real, though, Adam. No bullshit. Like, I was even hoping I saw Brick Baby today.
That was my next question.
There you go. Yeah. What?
To ask him, like,
yeah.
we have an issue, sweetheart?
Talk
We
about your
have a
issue with him,
problem?" I don't
'cause-
have an issue with him.
Well, what was his main criticism of you? Was it the fact that you were all supporting Duck's music, dissing ops while he was alive, and now you're talking about
Who
the other
said
side?
I was supporting singing my son?
Am I correct though? This is what Brick Baby said.
So, I never dissed the op. Okay, I remember they pulled up some old tweets that I was arguing with Double O Mun or something from O-Block. This was like 2011. They was fucking with me. Like I say, I trolled back.
Yeah.
They mentioning me, even Vaughn called me a fat, nasty asshole.
Oh Lord.
Because Rap Ketchup made a post, like, because of the Tuka shit and the bridge, like and they got the fans like this, and we not from 63rd, so Rap Ketchup made a post and was like, no, he shared a post where somebody was saying, You need to stay in your place. You just a fan. And I commented and say, yeah, trying to turn everybody against the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? Some of mama do. And his reply, he retweeted my tweet and called me a fat, and this is how I pictured him saying it, right? This is a real true story, y'all. No bullshit. The man say, fat, nasty asshole, ooh.
Brick Baby.
No,
Vaughn.
Oh, Vaughn. All right.
fat, nasty asshole, ooh. So I'm picturing somebody like, and I went in so bad on him, y'all, and I had to forget that I'm really arguing with an alleged killer. Like, this nigga jump out a bush on me for real. So I probably need to slow down, but I was so manic, and I was so like, and I say, you look like a fine-ass dyke. This when I'm arguing with Vaughn, like literally. I say, your pants so tight, they look like a fat-ass pussy. Your balls look like a fat-ass pussy. This me going at it with this man on the internet, on Twitter.
Jesus. That's a bar.
And I say, oh, Duck used it. He say, where you gonna put your gun? Your pants tight as hell. We from 63rd? Yeah. That's how I say, my son, listen to me. And I told that man, and I say, you look like a fine-ass dyke. Your pants so tight, where you gonna put your gun? You can't even carry one. Like, I'm letting this shit put, then I had to snap back up to reality. Like, you doing too much, and but that's how I protected my kids. That's how I can't speak for no other mother. I'm quite sure they're like that too. I'm quite sure Vaughn mama wanna say her shit. I'm quite sure Durk mama wanna say they shit, but they on this, and I'm looking like the ratchet ghetto hood mama, cause I'm speaking my mind.
Well, you got the gift of gab. You got to do something with it, right?
Yeah. So that's what I'm on your platform for. I want to shout out my MOP movement, Mothers of Peace. We have to talk about that. I got Mama Duck LLC, so we finna do some shit with that.
Mop. We're going to change the meaning of mop.
Yes.
Because now people are always talking about having the mop stick and shit like that.
But my MOP stands for Mothers of Peace. And my logo is actually a bunch of mothers' hands on one mop, mopping up the blood
I like that.
that's been shedded on the street.
Would you collaborate with FYBJ Maine and Tay Savage on their peace movement?
I've always wanted peace. Hell yeah. And I'm affiliated, not affiliated, but I'm affiliated. So,
Who do you think would be the most powerful person for you to come together with that would actually like show people that we really pushing the peace?
I think if the mothers just come together, everybody love their mama, man. I don't care how they gonna try to act like they don't. Everybody, especially if you saw your mama struggle and not give up on y'all and just persevere through anything that life dealt her and still came out shining like a brand new copper penny, baby. That's enough to uplift somebody. Now, if you don't listen to the mothers who have lost their kids and don't want it to be this way, because I can honestly say God's will be done when it comes to these boys in this trial with my son.
Do you think the BD mothers would be open to this?
I've extended an olive branch already.
Nothing. No response yet?
L.A. Capone's mom, she's rocking with me. Me and Tasha, I know her. We grew up together. Like, her, like I say, her L.A.'s dad, Big Leonard, was one of our heavies. where I was from. So, like, they used to, because they didn't honor GD bitches where I was from. You know? They felt like girls talk too much. So the area that I was from didn't honor GD SOSs.
So you were a GD.
I was a SOS.
Oh, what's that mean?
Sister of the struggle.
Okay.
We were sisters of the struggle.
Right.
So you would be willing to sit down with King Von's mom or Lil Durk's mom?
I mean, they probably figure like shit. They ain't got no reason to sit down and talk to me about shit. So, I mean, like, on a sociable level, like, it would be something nice. As far as this, mothers who have lost their kids due to this senseless gun violence should come together to save, like, life hardships supposed to make you better, not bitter. So that's what I believe in. Instead of the things that happen to me in my life, I don't let it make me bitter. I try to be better from it. Like, I look at the positive and everything. Like, right now, like, it was so much negativity trying to stop me from being here, y'all. Like, it was coming from everywhere. My kids. It was coming from everywhere. My kids, my family, the people who I thought loved me, the people who I know don't. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't have nobody to uplift me. So besides y'all, my fans, I ain't gonna say it like that. But people that supposed to genuinely support you. Shout out to my baby mama, Tawana, who I needed to be here with me, but because she's at home taking care of my business that I need at home, she's not here. But you bogus.
I'm bogus? Wait, why?
Yeah, because I supposed to have an entourage.
I was supposed to buy more flights.
Yeah, like 5 or 6 of them.
All right, I got a few more questions too. Did you really think J. Cole dissed you on that song with Durk?
No, that was not the... See, everybody took that crazy as hell. I say it's not a coincidence that J. Cole said what he said on Durk's song.
Right. That's true.
Did you listen to it? How he said he never heard of Lil Buddy until somebody murdered Lil Buddy. Now you find yourself in the room listening to Lil Buddy's tunes. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, he's at least acknowledging that this is the world that Durk comes from.
People getting Rico'd and,
Yeah.
you know, that was my point. Never said he was dissing Duck. That's just some stupid ass people who got an F in comprehension because they ass clearly don't know how to understand and comprehend.
Saying it's all about Duck is to ignore the fact that there's 30 other rappers from the past couple years that you could put in that category where we had never heard of them and they got killed in some insane
and I
fashion.
can relate to that. So that's why I spoke up on it.
Yeah.
He was talking to me. He might have been talking about 30 more different, but he was talking about Duck to me.
Yeah.
Feel what I'm saying? Like, he say he pray everybody die old age. Yes, like that verse is me, fits me. The hook. And I found myself singing it. Like I say, I don't have no ill will towards these people.
Yo, so all right. So we seen a video on live recently, and it looked like you got ran over by a car, but some people were saying it was staged, some people said it was real. What happened in that
Let
video?
me show you something. Now, it's this leg, right?
Yeah.
This leg. That happened June 30th. I mean, July 30th.
Let's see, because they might not be able to hear you.
Okay, that happened July 30th. Now, I was really trying, because I didn't think that he would bag up on my leg like that. But he did. Because I'm trying to, now, Jasmine just brought Duck's fiance. She just got her 2023. We had to get her another car because she crashed her other car. So he's bumping her car. Now his car only go 40 miles an hour. That's why I was in my driveway. He couldn't even fucking get on the E-way with it. You feel what I'm saying? So he's so disrespectful and he's such a liar. And when you deal with a narcissistic for 14 years, you tend to know. You know what I'm saying? And this is, you know, the man that I loved, who I was trying to, like I would always say, if I'm up, this nigga up. Only thing I ever asked was respect, which he never gave. He feel entitled. You know what I'm saying? He's never put me in a position to win. He probably been trying to inbox it because now he's making posts and shit.
Oh, wow.
Don't nobody want to interview me, and you're fine as being known as Mama Duck's baby daddy. Like, come on now, get your own way.
Has he actually done any interviews, or is he just trying
Nah,
to?
I mean, he's dissing me to blow up.
Right.
What Finesse 2 times say? Stop trying to dish your baby mama. Like, I'm saying stop trying to dish your baby mama to blow up, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I wish him well. My daughter love her daughter. I mean, her daddy. I don't want... And I actually tried to make it work. I couldn't see myself loving nobody but him, but now I look like a damn fool. Now, he smashed my leg. Now, this is what I want to see. Feel right here. Don't get your little legs all excited.
Where you got me feeling that?
Look. It's right here.
All right,
Matter of
for sure.
fact, I can pull my leg up. You see this? Feel
All
right
right,
here.
for sure. Yeah.
No, rub it. Do that look like I staged? The blood clot is still right there.
All right, for sure. So, yeah.
Do I look like I staged? He literally was smashing my leg.
Yeah.
He didn't run me over.
So your leg was like pinned up.
And yes, in between Jasmine bumper and his bumper. And I'm beating on the car like, you, my leg, my damn leg.
Can you get over on the
really?
bike? Sorry.
Yeah.
That done made it a whole TikTok. I say, my leg.
Right.
So, and I only posted it because I was actually recording him because when he get manic like that, I have to record him. So I had my phone recording the whole thing. And I only posted it because I bust his window out with my hand. Smacked it. The motherfucker, shh. Whole front windshield, I smacked it. And the motherfucker just cracked, like exploded.
Yeah.
So now he done went live playing the victim. Oh, I'm this and I'm that. And this is what I get for trying to help somebody. And I got mad at him because he said I keep my hygiene bad and all this and that. Like, how could you do that with somebody you've been with 14 years? Like, off and on. Because he left me for a woman 2 years older than me. So while I'm 15 years older than him, he left me for a woman that's 17 years older than him.
So this is a type, guys that go for the older women,
Yeah,
right?
I only mess with guys who like older women.
So you
If
can't
you
fuck with a guy your
young,
age? They
I
don't,
would.
they don't do it for you? It's not the speed you're looking for?
I need to find me a male me. I find me a male me, it's bust.
They chill out too much by the time they get to your
Nah,
age?
I'm old now, shit. I'm starting to believe these damn kids because my bones and my back and shit be hurting, all type of stuff. So
It's weird because I feel like almost any guy that you could start dating or whatever is going to be less tapped in with the streets and shit than you. So it might be hard for you to respect
and
them.
that's the problem.
That's the
See,
problem.
and I always wear the pants in this relationship. Like, I pay the bills, I'm the provider, and I shouldn't have to clean up shit if I'm doing all that. So why I gotta be considered lazy or messy? You know, I suffer from bipolar disorder. If I see something is not, if it's organized to me and might be messy to you, that's your opinion, but it look messy, but this is my shit where I can reach it and get where I wanna, you know. He's like, that's what he does. He's very immaculate. He's not a dirty person. So if I'm allowing you to clean up, because I don't need you to do that, but I wanna make you feel like a man in some type of way. Besides when we fuck.
Right
Real
on.
talk, Adam.
Real talk.
You know what I'm saying? So I
Real
try
spill.
to give him the benefit of the doubt, and I tolerated so much for him. And I just feel like I'm at a point in my life he can't go. My blessing is not his blessing. And that's when a lot of stuff started going bad for me, when I allow him back in my life. Since he been gone, I'm getting booked for interviews and like, so it's evident that I don't fuck with him.
Yeah.
That's good.
Where was
Seems like a good idea.
I seen I might have been a tweet, or you ran into King Von's kids one time.
Oh, true. I love that baby so much. I'm like,
Was this in Chicago? Where was this at?
yes, in our area. I'm from 39th Street. Von's baby mama, brother used to hang with Brick. They were beam team. They were best friends. They grew up together. So Von's baby mama, we were out in the park one day, and I'm just standing there, and this baby just ran up to me. And I looked there, and I remind you, I've never seen pictures of Von kids. Like I say, I've never, I didn't see, know who his kids were or to know. And I say, I'm standing there, and this baby ran up to me and grabbed the bottom of she just grabbed my legs and wrapped herself around my legs.
Uh-huh.
So I'm looking down at her, and I'm like, who baby is this, y'all? You know, and Lily say, y'all don't know who Lily is, but y'all gotta know who Lily is. That's Lou Myra, Y'all need to
gotta
know
do our
Lily.
homework.
Oh my God, do your homework on Lou Myra.
I'll do my
Lulu
research.
Gang, period. Do your homework on Lou Gang, period. That's why my name Lusheen on Facebook. I ain't changed the chat. My real name Lashina, but I put the Lou in front of it because it stood for Lou Gang. Lunatic Gang. That was our little clique we used to call ourselves because we used to get Lulu. Katie got bands, all us. We was Lulu.
You're in the same crew as her.
What?
Wow.
That's crazy. I didn't know that either.
You're letting us in on some fucking
Yeah,
lore
that's-
right there.
So wait, break that down. So you and Katie got bands.
Me, Jim, Katie, Lumira, it's like 12 of us. G. We just came together because we just used to get Lulu. Long live Drew. Lou Drew, we just made him Lulu. Man, and this baby grabbed me. So Lumira, I say, who baby is this? Now the whole time, Von's baby mama is standing right there. They
Right.
know who I am, but I don't remember who they are. Just know they were some little girls from the hood that used to be in the hood when we was in the projects. Not in no block hood. I'm talking about on the low end. So I look down and Lily being funny, and she say, that's Von and Missy, baby. So it was like something in me, y'all, it jerked me, and I looked down, and she smiled at me, and I just was like, y'all, first word I say, y'all fucking shitting me. And I'm looking at around, this baby don't know me from a can of paint. And the fact that she ran up to me and grabbed me and embraced me like that, that was divine intuition to me that whatever I'm doing, God gave me his approval. That's what I believe in my spiritual self. Because this baby ran up to me. And when she did it, she didn't do it once, she did it twice. So I say, this who, baby? So I asked her mom, I say, can I pick her up? And she said, yeah, Sheena, you can pick her up. I know you. I'm not with none of that internet stuff. And I'm like, cool. So I'm like, can we take some pictures? She like, yeah. So we actually took 3 pictures, but I only posted 2 of them because the other picture had her doing up 3. It's like she was BD or something, like going up the tray.
You weren't fucking
So
with
I
it?
didn't want to put that type of narrative out. I didn't even post that picture. I just posted us throwing the peace sign and me holding her. But when I took the pictures, I didn't post them till 3 hours later.
Mm-hmm.
And I made sure I have 1,000 witnesses. And I say, can I post her? She say, yeah. She gave me her permission that I can post her daughter. And I say, well, you sure? Because you know how the internet is, baby. They going to be trolling and getting... She say, I ain't with none of that internet stuff, Shayna. I know you. As sure as shit stink. I posted it like 12 something that night. Y'all, when I woke up to the next morning, oh my God. She didn't let them get to it. She said, can you please just take the pictures now?
Oh, really? Wow.
And I say, that's why I asked you. But she let a lot of people who didn't know or did know her, she probably was getting that stuff from everywhere. Bitch, you letting her hold my grandbabies, or you letting them like family, like they didn't like that.
Damn.
But they can't stop what God is meant to happen. God sent that baby to hug me. You understand what I'm saying, y'all? God sent that baby. So I call it divine intervention.
I've been hearing you talk about your spirituality a lot this podcast. It seems like a lot of people in Chicago are converting to Muslim. Are you Christian or Muslim?
I am very religious, okay? I'm not Christian because I don't go to church. I don't wear dresses to my ankle. I commit every sin probably around besides murder. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't trying to, but when I'm spiritual with my shit, you know, because them be the most devils in the churches. You know what I'm saying? I come from a Baptist, from my great-grandmother being an evangelist. So the seed was already planted in me. Mm-hmm. And if I got to be the pastor of the family, I will. But once I get to the point to where I'm not cursing, I'm not drinking, I'm not smoking, it's a wrap. They better watch out, baby. That anointing's gonna be, they already feel it right now. And I'm one of the biggest sinners in the world. But like I say, I ain't committed to sin. God ain't gonna forgive me for.
I got a few more questions for you before we wrap it up. So what's your relationship like with FBG Young and Dutchie right now, currently?
Maybe you need to ask them what their relationship with me. I love them kids. I mean, you would think out of everybody, they would be the main one checking up on me, calling, you know. You all right, Mom? Like, I just recently ran into them at Mikey Dollar's pool party. Was off the meat rack, might I say. But that was the last time I seen them and Wooski now. But they say they was gonna come to the show, but they was telling everybody else, you know, they come back and tell me sneak this and shit. I don't know why she put our name on there, because y'all told me it was okay. But, you know, it's fine. You know, right now I'm fake beefing with his daddy over my son contract, and you know what I'm saying? I never beefed with them. Like, my beef was never with them, ever.
Uh-huh.
You know, thank God for Cash, because he the one, before he died, he made sure that I was on the right path to making sure my son get what's rightfully his. Mm-hmm. Then that happened to him. You know, so I'm like, I can't win for losing.
How do you feel about Butter recently saying that I guess he's like dropping his flag and
Durk made Butter FBG, man. Durk gave Butter that name. Butter was FYB at first. Butter was FYB Butter. Fuck your bitch, like J-Mane, fuck your bitch, he FYB. Butter was FYB at first. Durk made Butter FBG. You know what I'm saying? That's my grandkid's daddy.
So you take offense to him removing it?
No, as long as he's a father. I'm with everything he doing. I'm not against none of that shit he doing. Whatever they think he doing, I'm riding with my grandkid's daddy. You know what I'm saying? He ain't never did shit wrong to me. Mm-hmm. He ain't never showed no disloyalty towards me, and my son loved him and was gonna fuck with him. Like, if Duck was alive, him and Lil J would not be beefing. Butter and Lil J would not, like, Duck even said it on the song, Let's Talk. Did y'all hear Duck song? Let's Talk, we say GDs on the BDs, BDs on the GDs, what the fuck? You know, let's talk. How you a Duck fan and you don't need it?
Sorry.
Yeah. I feel some type of way.
My bad.
You think Duck would have embraced Butter even after all the snitching allegations and all the videos that just recently dropped with from inside Cook County?
Wait a minute. Let me tell you something.
Get
Why
him.
would he be mad at him for surviving? Well, you see when you do shit for niggas in the street, what they do to you. Leave you stuck, don't answer your call, ain't taking care of your kids, ain't feeding your mama, making sure they straight. That's what street niggas these days do. Send your ass off, give you a perk or some Molly or something, send you off to do some dumb shit, and when you do it, they dislocate themselves from you, they unblock you, they stop doing, they just don't even want to be seen like they was even with you. But y'all the same motherfuckers sending these people out. So people need to get their kids. You know what I'm saying? Because Duck them was grown. As kids, they ain't make fuck up decisions like this. Every decision that they made, they did it while they were adults. Right now, it's these kids, 12, 13, 14, 15. Get y'all fucking kids. So that's how I feel about that.
All right, and then one more question I did have that I wanted to. What was Scrap like? Cause Scrap's one of the guys that I hear about early on
My
in the drill
favorite
scene.
little cousin.
And I got the same last name. He a weekly.
My favorite little cousin. Baby. We ain't gonna play, cause I was with my cousin at that time. Y'all know me and Mimo be talking too.
That's big to hear.
Mimo call me, text me, check on me. You good, Mama Duck? I be like, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I want to bring his mom to the Mothers of Peace round table. It's a little table just like this, round, got microphones in front of it. Shout out Drea O. You know she the founder of it. I don't know, I'm quite sure y'all know.
No, I know Drell. Shout out Drell.
And where you go, you gonna see Drea O.
Yeah, I'm gonna get up there too though.
Yeah, and she the one she was the first one that gave me the spotlight to tell my story. As after Doug died, I could say I'm better, because all them interviews that I did, I was straight pain. Straight pain, man.
That first Vlad one it's tough. Like, this is a woman who's going through it.
Pain. And I didn't understand it. I didn't know, because I never been my sick self will want me to think shit like this only happen to people that deserve it. You know, like to bury 5 of 10 of your kids, you would think like, what is God punishing you for? Like, you done lost. But the way God is using me, he want me to conquer something, I believe. He give me the will, he give me the might to endure the life that he prepared for me. And I'm cool with that. So, you know, I just roll with the punches, man. That's it. Day by day, I don't really make plans no more, because they different from God. You're going to be real disappointed when they don't turn out how you want them to. So I'm writing a book.
Really?
Y'all want to know the name?
Yeah,
I'm
what's the name
speaking
of the book? What's the name of the book?
Tell me if y'all like it. Damaged Goods.
Damaged Goods. That sounds fire. You working on it already, or?
Yes, I'm almost finished with it.
It's like your life story, or?
Yes, part of it. You will need the world. What is that big ass book in the world?
The Bible?
War of Wars. The longest book in the world. War of the Worlds. War of the Worlds.
Yeah.
You know, that's one of the biggest books. That book
Is
is
it?
like this fucking tall. Like, it has probably 1 million pages in that motherfucker. But yeah, I'm gonna need some chapters, baby. I can't get all this in no one book. So we gonna have to break it down. Now, our miniseries, I can deal with that.
Yeah.
A life story, autobiography or something. Yeah, we can talk about that.
I can see it.
So all the youth watching at home, all the people that's in Chicago that might, never end up in the street situation, or might find themselves coming to a decision where they might do something that you wouldn't want them to do? Like, what's your message to the youth after everything you've been through? After you just telling us your struggle and your story.
Grow up, enjoy it while you can. Stop letting these stupid ass older men send y'all off, telling y'all, "Oh, you a juvenile. You gonna get out." You know what I'm saying? Listen to your mother when it all boiled down. Like right now, I feel sorry for everybody that's locked up. Mother, they think they feel sorry for me because my son is dead. No, I feel sorry for y'all because y'all's alive and y'all gonna have to be some stand-up ass bitches for every last one of them. If I was in the same shoes, hell yeah, I'm gonna promote my son. I'm gonna support my son as a mother should. But that don't mean I agree with the shit, because I'm feeling sympathy for the family that my child done took. So that would make me like, this wasn't no self-defense situation. This wasn't no situation where they were trying to defend it. This was an ambush. Mm-hmm. This was a straight up hit. So it's different. I would tell them, this a cautionary, Durk's story is a cautionary tale about what's gonna happen to you when you do stupid shit in the street. Those gonna be your consequences, dead or in jail.
That's powerful right there.
Yeah. I mean,
now if you want to be dead in jail, go ahead. And right now it's like everybody, they favorite rappers and everybody they love is getting locked up. So they gonna be in jail with their rappers buddies. And like, that's how I think. Like, my mind is just like, it's so crazy. Like, out of everything that's going on, why would, like, I can't understand how the killings is still happening in Chicago, knowing that the Fed's presence is so heavy. I would be scared. I wouldn't jaywalk. Like, but these kids, they don't give a fuck. And that's sad.
Yeah. Damn.
Oh, that is something. I'm glad Mama Duck came. This was a powerful interview.
Yeah. You make sure don't edit it too much.
Nah,
we ain't editing shit.
We gonna keep it raw and
besides
uncut.
you spitting on yourself.
Right. Please edit that. I was drooling like a motherfucker, Adam.
We just gotta blur it. I don't want to edit it too much because that's when you were mostly like hitting on me too. So
Yeah,
we
okay.
can't edit that out. That was pretty fucking
They
funny.
say Adam gonna get you on there and he's gonna make you blush and he's gonna do all that. And they
That's my
was right.
reputation amongst the
You be
female
fine.
community in Chicago. They
Yeah,
talk about me like I'm a
yeah,
Casanova.
Yeah,
That's sick. I am so happy to hear that.
yeah.
Wow.
You a honeypot.
I'm gonna go. Honey pot.
My boy 22.
I'm gonna go home to my wife tonight and tell her that I was in the presence of a queen this evening.
Oh, same here. Two kings. A white king, you a black queen.
My heart.
King, but y'all kings. Nah. We all are kings, y'all. We all serve a purpose. Like, y'all's purpose, they might not think it, but it's to bring people like me to share their stress, hardships, and problems to the world. Like y'all have a purpose as well, too. So,
Oh yeah.
you know, it's all genuine. It's coming from a genuine place. You cool as hell, Adam. They really tried to make me like, people was in my head.
Really?
Like, Adam is this and Adam is that. And,
God damn.
and don't you let him, and you better get him, Mama Duck. If he play with you, you better get him.
Dear
Adam
God.
ain't play with me, y'all, so I couldn't get him.
Never would I ever want to play with Mama Duck in such a way. Hell no. You got too much respect. This is honestly amazing.
Thank you.
Incredible conversation.
Thank you.
Very heartfelt. I'm sure Remo agrees.
No, 100%.
Thank you so much.
Thank y'all for having me. Okay.
And long live Duck and Brick
Yes, for sure.
and everybody else.
And everybody, long live them all, y'all. Long live them all.
Mama Duck.
Mama Duck in the building.
No jumper. Coolest podcast in the world. Check us out on YouTube, TikTok, Patreon, and Instagram. Like, comment, subscribe. NoJumper.com if you want to support. Thank you so much.
Big Clout.
That was great.
That was fire.
Okay.